Welcome to the Where's the Finish podcast. We are three runners talking to our friends, sharing stories about running, train life, and asking the essential question, where's the finish? WTF.
Welcome to Where's the Finish podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Shae.
And tonight we have Mike Martinez.
What's going on, y'all? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Man,
Gosh darn it, Joe. You're doing that stuff already? Damn, we're not even a minute in.
That was a butt horn.
butt.
Oh boy. Well, wait. Well, yeah, I just had some burritos lately.
Ooh,
oh, you're gonna hear that butt horn, all right?
Man, it's getting awfully horny around here.
hey, my wife said as long as I was home by midnight.
Oh, okay. All right. I love it. Well, thank you for coming on. If you guys listening don't know who Mike Martinez is, you're wrong, because you should know who Mike Martinez is. But if you don't know who Mike Martinez is, he is the founder of Sombrero Running Events. Is that correct?
That is very correct.
Okay. So you want to tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, only a little bit.
Just a little bit, not a lot.
Just a dash.
I was going to say something else, but I keep it G-rated.
Hey, Kevin, speak your mind, man.
No,
I'm old and I'll probably forget.
I was going to say just a tip, but I know.
Well,
Just a tip?
Unfortunately, you won't forget because we're recording this.
Oh, that's
We'll memorialize
that's
it.
right. Oh, you guys didn't tell me that.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
By the way,
We didn't just invite you over to chat at the table.
All I'll say is I'm glad I'm sober.
True statement.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm really grateful to be able to be here and share my, as we would say in the recovery world, my experience, strength, and hope.
Yeah.
Because, I think it's very important that even though I'm not, and I'll just full disclosure, I'm not a big podcast listener guy because I like pictures. And be honest with you, I really don't want to look at you, Kevin, and Joe.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah,
Well,
Shae,
have you seen-
Just me.
now Shae, I would love to,
Okay.
oh
Perfect.
no!
But
From now on, you're getting pictures from me every day.
every day.
Oh, I love it.
Every
I
day.
knew I'd trigger you.
Calf porn.
I knew I'd triggered you somehow.
Yeah, one toe at a time, buddy. One toe at a time.
Well, they
Ew,
got
give the floppy toe. It's
Gonna be the floppy toe.
just not Kevin's toes right now.
Yeah, they're gross. Don't look at them.
Even though I'm a medical professional, I still don't want to look at that stuff.
Yeah, don't look at them.
Medical professional. So tell, what kind of medical profession are you?
Well, I'm a physical therapist assistant. I graduated from Penn State University in 1991.
Ooh, back in the day.
Yeah, man, way back in the day.
Well, I was just graduating high school back then.
I
Not
was
even
I'm not going to
yet.
talk about it.
I was like 6.
You were like 6?
Yeah.
I knew you were young. I didn't
No,
know.
11. I don't know.
I
At
was
least 7.
I was 4.
Oh, shit. So I was
Yeah. 91.
7.
91. I was 16.
Yeah. We're all babies, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to college first. And
Okay.
then, let me tell you this little story about when I was in college, and I went into the Army.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. And they kindly removed me from services to the betterment of them. And so after I got out of the Army, I went to college. And when I was in college, I decided to join the ROTC.
Okay.
Okay. And I was the best boot shiner there ever was. I mean,
Could you spit shine?
I did spit shine.
Do you still spit?
I once in a while, Joe. Hey, Joe, if you send me those foot pictures, I might spit.
Come on, Joe.
Gosh darn it, Joe.
Oh man.
We need to record. We need to add that to a button.
Yes, we will.
You're going to be our new button.
Yeah.
Would you
So,
say that again?
Gosh darn it, Joe.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. That's great.
That was for you, Emily. But you asked me who I was to begin with, and I as an individual, I always like to start off with my recovery a little bit. I'm a proud member of the recovery community, and I've been sober for 32 years, coming up almost on 33 years.
Man, that's amazing.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, good for you.
I'll be April 28th, 1992 is when I got sober.
Wow. I'm sure I'm probably getting ahead of a lot here, but what drove you to get sober? Like where did you start? Like what was the epiphany?
Have you ever been to a Penn State tailgate party?
No.
Well, that's why.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, Penn State, I mean, I'm sure it's still the same way.
Yep.
But game day, you want to talk about RVs, they start coming in like on Tuesday and Wednesday. And it's like cow pastures forever there in Happy Valley. And I mean, just cake parties. You just walk along the farm areas where all these RVs are. You don't need no bracelet. You just go and start drinking and partying and everything. And that's where I first learned to get real naked. At those parties, because if it was a bunch of women around there, having a tailgate, they want to see some skin.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. And hey, I was.
That's reciprocated. I want to see some skin too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, and then I'll tell you later on about my sober Mardi Gras. Oh yeah, you want to? I went to Mardi Gras sober. Oh yeah, that was. I'll tell you later about that one. Nice. And I stayed sober. And those beads, man. Never mind.
What kind of beads?
They kind of choke you.
Are they the big thick ones?
Oh,
there were some.
which button is it?
Come on, Joe.
It's one of them. It's one of the buttons.
I don't know if you've ever been to Mardi Gras or not, but that's where the cops aren't cops.
No, yeah, that's right.
They're not doing their well. They are doing their jobs. But they
can't do every job.
They get that's where friends with benefits comes in.
Well, I also think that too. It's like there's so much going on, and do they really want to clog their system up with like a victimless crime type situation?
I mean, I remember the first time I'd seen a guy jump on the front of a cop car, started dancing. He was naked, and he was probably drunk and high on something. And the cops, they had to do something. I mean, it was a cop car.
Yeah.
Okay, and I thought everyone was going to beat the cops up because the cops just got them off the car. They didn't arrest them or nothing, But everyone was like, "Oh, let them go." And I was like, "Oh, wow!" And that was like my first hour down there.
Yeah, your first hour.
No,
Nice.
seriously, I walked down there and it's just like, "Oh, wow!" I was like, "Boy, but for the grace of God, there go I," because that's me drunk.
Was that you?
It wasn't literally me,
okay.
but
I was like, holy crap, that was you?
Naked Mike.
that is definitely my MO.
Nice.
Well, I can tell you that you've been really open and willing to share your recovery story with so many people, and it's become a part of your overall life story, and it has impacted so many people. And I know that lots of people respect you and are involved in the things that you do because they also have recovered and that you've inspired and helped other people along the journey. So, great for you, man. That's wonderful that you can bring that to the community, because we found ourselves through interviewing so many people that a lot of folks do get into running, into specifically like ultra running, because they're using it as a way to help defeat that, that addiction. Yeah. It's something healthy that they can do that's not that.
Well, healthy subjective when it comes to ultra running.
Have you seen my foot, Joe? Please look at my foot and say healthy.
Healthy.
Well, in a recovery term, you didn't stop before the pain got too bad.
That's true.
You didn't. And I've been there too. Yeah. Not with neuromas, but I've had stress fractures and all that stuff. And that's the thing. You're right. There are a lot of people in recovery in the ultra world, and a lot of it is because we do have that obsessive compulsive behavior.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I didn't.
We go ham.
Yeah.
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 There's no middle ground. That's like me with food, me with running.
All or nothing.
I used to be like that. I was all in kind of guy. Like if I would go drinking, I would not stop until I was passed out drunk somewhere.
But if you're an all-in person,
Yeah.
I mean, finding an it's like I used to, when I managed people, I'd have people that were just bulldogs, and they would dig into like you being mad at the world or mad at their boss or something like that. If you take that bulldog, you direct that energy to something positive, they're still got that bulldog mentality. They're going to sink their teeth in and shake it to death, but let's give them something productive to do with that energy. And I feel that way about people that have addictive type personalities. I guess we probably all do a little bit that do this because, like you said, I'm an all or nothing person. Every sport activity or anything I've ever done, I've done it to the umpteenth. I got to do it all the way and got to.
I just love that you do pickleball all the way.
I have a pickle and I have balls. That's about as much
And you're
pickleball
doing
as I
it
do.
all the way.
all the dinks and the dunks and the twips.
And some pickles are a little more saturated than others.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, a little more pruny, scrawny. It's not a one size fits all.
I have a sour pickle. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You should go to the doctor about that, Joe. I'm sorry. This is time to go to a doctor. Start drinking some pineapple juice.
Get that looked at.
I don't know what I signed up for when I came on this podcast.
Most people don't.
But I have learned a few things by listening to you guys, and then also just the dynamic.
yeah.
Yeah. I know why she sits next to you.
So you can reach over and slap me when I get out there.
Exactly.
That's right.
Retract Joe from the trouble.
It's too funny.
So you definitely, again, like I said, you've played a huge impact in people's lives with your story, and how did you go about getting into the running? I mean, was it something that, did you do that after recovery, or would it have anything to do with your recovery story?
Yeah, well, I've been an athlete my whole life. I was a wrestler, baseball, and I was on the football team.
Okay.
I didn't play. I was,
Penn State?
No. I was in high school.
Okay.
I was actually a small kid. I was in ninth grade. I was the lowest weight class in wrestling, 90 pounds.
Wow.
Damn.
That's how. Yeah, and I was small in 10th grade. I was 10 years old when I started wrestling. I was 60 pounds.
Wow.
And when I graduated, I was still on like 135, 140. And so we used to have to run around the mats. That's why I don't mind these short loop coaches now.
You used to run around.
I'm not Louis Coco though. I ain't gonna run around a damn dojo.
No.
Like he did. But we used to have to run around the mats, with plastics on and stuff like that. And so I didn't really run in high school. But when I got out of high school, I lived in Phoenix, and this is where my naked running started coming in. Well, half naked. I gotta clarify that. Only half naked, because I'd run without a shirt. But I was 19, man. I mean, I looked really good.
Yeah, it looked good.
I did. I was 170 pounds. Little skinny guy. And I'd run 5 milers. Just down the out and back down the street and stuff before I went in the Army. And so that was really the extent of what I did. I didn't run races or anything like that. And back then we didn't have time. We didn't have That's why when these Garmin people are like crying. Did I say that all? Yeah, you guys.
You said crying.
You Mamby, Pamby ass Garmin people crying about, I got a Team Coros.
Team
Team Coros. But I'm like, man, I didn't even run with the watch. I mean, not even a Timex watch. So it's just like, I just ran. I saw the clock on the wall, okay, I'm leaving at 5:30. All right, get back 6. All right, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Nope. And so, and when in the Army,
Yeah.
so, we got to run 2 miles, but that's what I picked up some bad habits, because I never smoked before in my life, ever. I was totally against it. And I started smoking. And when I was displaced from the Army, because I was displaced because of my drinking. And so I really didn't do any running or anything. And then I got sober when I was 26 years old. And I started playing some volleyball, but I was an actual snow skier. And I think I told my story a little bit online about my sombrero. I was a snow skier my whole life. And that's how the sombrero came in place. But when I got sober, it was I didn't really start running. What happened was, right around 9/11, I stopped smoking, but I weighed like 320 pounds. I gained a lot of weight. And that was even prior to my stop smoking. But once I stopped smoking, I really gained a lot of weight. And I just said, man, I lived in Las Vegas, and I said, I need to lose some weight. So I went to the gym. I joined the Las Vegas Athletic Club. And first time ever on a treadmill. I had never been on a treadmill before. I was always an outside runner. By the way, I was born and raised in California.
Okay.
So, never had to do any of that. And then I lived in Phoenix for a year, and then went in the military. And so...
Wait, so then where did you ski?
California,
There's a lot of skiing in
Oh,
California.
okay.
Northern
Yeah.
California.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My brain just thinks,
Yeah, you think desert.
I think desert.
You think bad water.
Yeah.
You got
I think-
bad water on the brain.
I do.
I used to ski up in the mountains by Yosemite and then Lake Tahoe, and then
Oh, okay.
also when I
Yes,
got
that
it.
makes-
But then
that
once I
makes a
got,
lot of sense.
but then later on in life, I used to ski a lot in Utah when I lived in Vegas and
Yeah.
all those places. And so I was 31 years old at this time, and this is 5 years sober. And I got on it, and I always share this story about how I got on the treadmill and I did the treadmill to sauna shuffle. I literally couldn't walk for 5 minutes on this damn treadmill, but I walked for 5 minutes on the treadmill, got in a sauna so I could sweat. So I felt like I worked out. I mean, because to
fun.
me,
Good
I was like,
idea.
I gotta sweat. So,
Yeah.
but I did that day after day after day, and what I did eventually, I don't know if I did it initially, but eventually I put myself. When I lived in Phoenix, I lived with my sister Kim, and I used to do a lot of step aerobics, okay, and stuff like that with her, and a lot of group fitness classes because I love group fitness classes. And I put myself right in front of the group fitness class, and I said, in 6 months, I'm going to get back in that group fitness class, and it was a cardio kickboxing class, and but I did it three to 4 days a week, and then I never really thought about like running a lot. It wasn't really on my mind. I wanted to get in that cardio because good looking women were in there.
That's the only reason I was thinking about it.
half
And group
naked.
fitness classes are fun.
Oh, yeah.
I will say.
I
There's
mean,
a lot of accountability
Good-looking
there.
women in there too.
Well, I was single then too, so yeah. I mean, come on,
Meet somebody.
yeah, single and straight. I'm not a dummy. I mean, even if I wasn't straight, there was good-looking guys in there too.
You weren't really sure, like whatever comes my way.
Well, I didn't really care about that. It's like because my ego tells me they're all going to be looking at me anyways.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm sure they were.
yeah.
I'm sure.
Everyone.
So, anyways, the instructor was a guy by the name of Alan Groen, and his class that he had was called 8 Strikes Kickboxing.
And he's like, every
Oh
time
yeah,
His name is Alan Grove.
and if you Alan Giron.
Oh, the wrong groan.
Groan,
Gotcha.
yeah, wrong groan.
Gotcha.
It's not it's GI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Groin.
Not GR. Yeah. Anyways, but I was gonna say, if you've seen Alan, good-looking Latin guy, so you see why all the young good-looking chicks
Were
in his
there,
class.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So eventually, I went into cardio kickboxing class. Probably about 6 months later. I don't know how much I'd been running, but I know I'd been running some. And I went in there. I died. I was like, oh, I died. But see, I'm competitive. I'm very, very competitive. I was the youngest of 7. I always got my ass kicked because I was a little kid. That's why I still got my mouth, But I said, I'm going to go in there and I want to be the. I didn't want to be the instructor, but I wanted to be as good as that instructor.
Yeah.
And eventually, I started going to Alan's kickboxing class 5 days a week.
Nice.
And
Wow.
I was on the front row. I mean, if you ever seen those, those group classes,
The front rows were all the people that know the routine.
exactly, bingo.
Yeah.
And there was at least 75 to 100 people in his class.
Wow.
I mean, it was loaded. And so eventually, I got up front row, and I was there I was there every week, 5-6 days a week. My second marathon was a Las Vegas marathon, and basically my training consisted of just doing my cardio kickboxing classes.
And then just went out
Wait
and
a
ran.
second. You just said your second marathon. What happened to your first marathon?
Well, I actually trained for that one. I did do my kickboxing class.
Anybody want pot pie?
Yes. I mean, we're gonna eat food.
What
Hey,
kind?
you wanna? We can take a break here.
Yeah.
And
We'll be right back.
A few moments later.
ever looked at me, especially in the last 4 years, and said that guy's a runner. I've had power lifter, I've had bodybuilder. I mean, you look like you lift weights, but I've never had anyone look at me and say you run.
Yeah.
And
I don't get that either.
yeah, also running is kind of a metaphor for what I do. Yeah.
A little truffle shuffle.
I actually will run for the first couple miles.
Yeah.
I ran with you before.
Yeah.
I used to only run.
Yeah.
I never learned how to run walk.
Yeah.
My first marathon, I ran the whole. That's why my second marathon, when I was talking about Vegas, oh, I was so dejected.
Well, let's get back online here.
We are.
Oh,
I was just like, oh, we're talking. Let me just start it up.
okay. Well, I mean, before we stopped to take a break so that we could have some dinner, y'all, we were discussing, your second marathon, and you were the front of the line for the cardio class that you were taking. So,
What was your first marathon?
My first marathon was in 2004. Was the Philly Marathon.
Oh, how'd you do?
I did great. I ran the whole. I met all my goals. My goal was to not walk. Okay, like I just said, I didn't learn the Galloway. The Galloway didn't even exist back then, but I was a straight runner. Only time I stopped was at the water stations, aid stations.
Yeah.
I wanted to get sub 5:30,
Okay.
which I did. I did 5:25.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And so I met, those were really my two goals, and that's still my marathon PR.
that's basically mine too. Mine was like 5:23.
Yeah.
And I did use the run walk. I was doing 60-30 run walk intervals during it, and it killed it. Did good.
Now I do walk, run,
Yeah.
and then walk some more.
So what made you decide that you wanted to run a marathon in the first place?
Well, what happened was, as I said, right after 9/11, I started working out and stuff, and then I started running some 5Ks, 10Ks when I lived in Las Vegas, and my training partner, another lady, did another kickboxing class, Patricia Norman, decided they wanted to go to La Jolla and run a La Jolla half marathon, and so. Little did I know, La Jolla is hills. I mean, hills.
I feel like everything is hills.
Yeah.
There's
Lots
not
of hills.
no places. Even Florida, I feel like we have hills.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, come to Pioneer Trail.
Oh yeah.
Run up to Mount Reagan
yeah.
sometime.
I have
and-
nightmares about my first 50K out there. Yeah, I want to run it again though.
Well, come back for more when
I do. I wanna do it
when the
again.
PTSD really sits in.
yes. I want to do it again though.
And so, anyways, I did La Jolla half, and listen to this. We get up to this. It's right at the 10K mark. It's right before Scripps, and it's like, I mean, seriously, a mile-long switchbacks. I mean, no lie, it's on the
Holy
road.
cow.
I mean, it was really that. I'm not exaggerating. It was that steep.
Yeah.
Coming off of Del Mar, right in there, and you go up. Anyways, I get up there, and this is before cell phones and all that stuff. Well, I get up there, and there's this ambulance, emergency people, and guys laid out on the side of the road.
Holy cow.
He had a heart attack.
Oh,
And
wow.
and I think they call that a heartbreak hill, or
Yeah, it definitely broke someone's heart.
Yeah, it definitely did. And that was back in the MP3 player days, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
and then my MP3 player broke at that time, so I had no music, and I'm a music guy.
Now, was it the MP3 player or was it an iPod?
iPod?
Okay, I was going to say at one point I had like an MP3 player that took like 2 AA batteries. It could hold 12 songs.
Am I the only person ever worked out with a Discman?
Oh no, I had
No,
a
you
Discman.
can't
I
work
have.
out with a Discman.
I did. So when they
You
came
can
out,
lift weights with a Discman.
you can. I didn't say
Yeah.
running.
Okay.
So they had a Discman that had like it would read a few seconds ahead on the disc. That
Yeah.
way it wouldn't skip.
Yeah, anti.
Yeah.
Yeah, the anti-skip. Yeah.
Because I used to lift too, so yeah, I did the Discmans then. I tried running with it. I really did. I was like, oh, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what I had? I had hit clips.
Yeah.
What
I had a nice little Walkman. It was so cute.
It had to be funny, but I don't even know what the heck a hit clip is. What is a hit clip?
All of the millennials will think it's funny. It was some weird, I don't know, tiny fad. It was like these
These tiny little like music players that had like one song.
I don't even think it was a whole song. I think it was clips,
like
of
clips
the
of a
song.
one song.
It was
It was great.
clips of hits.
Yeah.
There were like 30-second clips that you could just press. I don't know.
I don't even know.
It was a device.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Look at here. Let me bring it up. I don't have my phone.
Yeah,
Never mind.
we'll have
You
to.
need your phone.
My phone's in the other room. It's
We'll
fine.
just have to look it up.
You have to look it up.
Sometime. I've
fun.
never heard hit
hit
clips.
clips. Yeah.
Huh.
That was the shit back in the day.
Hit clips.
I love it. I love when I still see people running with like a phone strapped to their arm because people still do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
You know who I saw? I saw running with a Walkman
Yeah.
at your race last year.
Yeah.
Really? Yep.
I saw her run
Yep.
with that same Walkman
Yep.
back in 2019.
And
Wow.
the little thin metal at the
That's
top,
it.
little thin.
Yeah,
you
with
know,
the foam.
yeah,
with the foam.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
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 It was Miss Terry Hayes.
Terry Hayes.
Oh,
Terry
okay.
Hayes.
Okay, well, that explains
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
She sure did. She
Huh.
ran your race last year with it.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember, there was lots of things you were able to strap to your arm once upon a time. Yeah, I've never
Those are
seen
hit
one
clips.
of those. I've never seen one of those.
Welcome to
before.
the-
Wow.
Clip.
You ran with that thing?
No.
No.
Oh, I was
No,
gonna
he didn't.
say.
He
He's
didn't
joking
run.
I
about
was just
it.
being fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like-
He just remembers them.
I do. Yeah.
Huh. I mean, I used to have a Walkman, which was a cassette player.
Yep.
And but that was before, that was pre-workout Joe, really. I was kid Joe, but yeah, I definitely used a Discman.
I had one in my car.
Oh, did you have the one that you could like put the plug
tape
into
deck.
it, put the tape
with
into
the
it?
tape deck.
Yeah.
Push the buttons, and then you couldn't take a curb too fast because it would skip. It would like skip the CD.
Did you ever-
Somebody had to hold it while they were sitting next.
Did you
to
ever have one that broadcasted to an FM station?
No,
So
that
they
was
have
way
that
too
was
fancy.
that was pretty cool too. So you could plug in and it would just broadcast. You could tune in on the FM station.
I feel like I remember. No, I didn't have that for. I had that for an iPod.
Yeah.
All right.
So I had that thing.
We're gonna go around the room. First car, Shae. What was your first car?
No. This is identity theft. Do you know how many websites ask you what your first car was?
You don't need to make the model.
I'll
don't need
tell
the
you
year.
mine.
It was, but it's cool that my make and model.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you can't use your make and model as your password anyhow. So
Yeah.
Can I get your social security number too?
It is 292 41
I don't give a.
1878.
that's a true story she just made up.
Yeah, I like it.
Did I look like I was just reaching for numbers?
You did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. good
My
call.
my first car was a 1987 Ford Mustang convertible.
Really?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. It was a 5.0.
It was the 50 LX.
The LX. Okay, so you had the 4-lug rims on it.
Yeah.
So you had the good rear end. In that thing.
So the LX 50 was faster than
was.
the GT.
It sure was.
50.
Yep.
Yeah.
And mainly because of the rear end on that thing.
Yeah, I was in the Navy and I had never owned my own car. I'd never driven a stick shift. Well, no, I did drive a friend's stick shift one time, but I went to the dealership and bought a stick shift Mustang.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. So I bought a 87 and it was 93.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you? You want to
I'm
share?
gonna share my age here.
All right, go ahead.
Well, my first car was my brother's.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't have a car, but it was a 1965 Chevy Chevelle.
Oh,
356 Cleveland in it.
yeah. Beautiful.
Oh man, that sucker!
I
man.
love the Chevelle.
Oh man, that was
My cousin
white.
had
It was
a
white.
68
Yeah.
Chevelle Super Sport and it had the 350. Is it the
356.
Yeah, 356, and it had the original red line tire.
Yeah.
in the trunk. It
I
was
remember-
This
so
is
cool.
SS2.
I
Yeah.
remember taking the old Cleveland heads off and putting Windsor heads in it to get better compression out of those back in the day. Like I was a total gear nut way back then.
And then my next first car was a bicycle.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't drive a car anymore.
And that was a loaner bike too.
Was that your liquor sickle?
That was my liquor
Nice.
sickle.
I
True story. I got a buddy of mine who got a DUI riding a bike.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really?
That's a real thing.
I don't
That
know
can
how I
happen.
never did, but
So
he
when
did.
when I was in North Carolina, you didn't have to have a tag or a license or anything to drive a scooter, and so anyone that had ever had a DUI couldn't get a driver's license or had a revoked or suspended license would go get a scooter and ride around. We always called them liquor sickles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you had to be under 50 cc's where I grew up.
Yeah, I
had
think
to
it
be
was
a small.
yeah.
You couldn't be a full size one.
Yeah.
you couldn't go faster
'Cause
than
otherwise
30
it was a
mile an hour.
motorcycle.
That's right. You
Yeah.
have an endorsement. My first car was an '84 Pontiac Bonneville.
Ooh, big
wow.
car.
Yeah.
It had the plush seats in it, and then like they rotated outward.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like the velour plush seats just kind of rotate.
So
out.
did you have like tires strapped around the outside for bumpers?
Oh yeah, the one big tire in the back. Yeah, it was great. So funny, a fun fact. This a little personal story here because y'all love them. But I used to work at Burger King, and I thought I was cool. I was not cool, but I thought I was cool. So I thought I was going to do some reverse donuts in the parking lot of the Burger King. Oh no, I did not do this. This is a hypothetical situation.
This did not
This
happen.
did not actually happen.
Statute of limitations
Yeah,
are
right.
up.
Either way, it did not happen. It did, but it didn't. So anyway, somebody hypothetically was doing donuts in the parking lot with this car, and they drove through the drive-through window. Through the drive-through window.
Oh,
wow.
man.
Yeah, my dad was so mad.
We were stupid when we were kids. Like when I had my Mustang, I
Yeah.
loved it, So I was in the Navy at the time, and I was at Norfolk Naval Station, and I was at an aircraft carrier pier, so
Okay.
Pier 11.
Yeah.
And if anyone's ever been to Pier 11 or 12, they have these massive parking lots to hold like 6,000 cars.
Nice.
And it was snowing, and it was the first time I'd ever seen snow in my entire life. I'm a Floridian, and it started snowing. So I spent all night looking at snow. I drove down to the beach and watched it snow on the beach, and I drove to the Navy Pier, And I got going as fast as I could through that parking lot of my car, just slammed on the brakes and just spun circles. It was so much because there was nothing to hit.
Yeah, it's so
it's
much
like this
fun.
like mile long, wide, freaking parking lot with nothing in it.
I think it's a rule. If you're going to be in the military, you got to have a Mustang, because I also had a Mustang in the military too. Mine was a 98 and it was a convertible. Mine was blue.
Mine was blue.
Oh,
with
yours was blue too?
with the white top.
Mine was the same way, blue
Yeah.
with a white top, and it ended up in Germany. So I sold it while I was on base, and they actually sent it over.
Well,
to
because
Germany.
I was so poor, I couldn't pay attention as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids could. My parents couldn't give me a car. Well, my dad wanted to give me an old Ford Pinto, and I said I would walk to school before I'd drive that thing, and
Yeah.
it was.
I mean, that's good. You probably avoided death,
Probably invited
Yeah.
everyone to-
catching on fire.
But so as a gift for my 16th birthday, my mom gave me a Matchbox car, and it was a little blue Mustang.
Oh, that's very cool. That's funny.
So I bought my first car was blue. When I saw a blue Mustang, I'm like, I gotta have it.
That's great.
Yeah, and I pay out the wazoo for that thing.
Oh, I
too.
bet.
Because as a kid,
27% interest rate.
in Virginia at the time, there was no legal limit on the amount of interest they could charge.
Oh, wow.
And they would do these compounding interest with. Then they would give you like 30% interest on a car, and they'd sell it to an 18-year-old kid. That
Yeah, that doesn't
know,
understand.
Yeah.
and so they have since changed the laws.
Like, I can take it home today.
but they were taking advantage of kids.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
very
hell yeah.
predatory.
Yeah, and I did wasn't quite. I didn't get the worst, but I did get the bad end of a deal.
Yeah.
but I drove the car until it was paid off.
I'm surprised. Most people don't.
I was responsible.
Usually they wreck it well
Yeah.
before then.
Yeah, so I drove it and I didn't wreck it. And
Nice.
Yeah,
Proud of you, Joe.
Yeah,
I always had a history of driving and wrecking other people's cars. No,
Okay, so I'm never letting you take my keys.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was now that I'm sobered up. That doesn't
okay,
happen.
okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about when I was drinking.
Got it. Okay.
Because then
Still
I
not
never
giving you my
had a
keys.
car. I really never did.
Wow.
I mean, until I got sober.
So do you remember the time that you discovered ultra marathon running?
I do, and I have my. You guys can't see it because it's a podcast.
It says
But-
bad water on it.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
something interesting happened about bad water this week. They apparently
So-
were introducing runners for this year's bad
Yeah,
water.
let's tell us
Yeah.
about it, Shae. Tell us what
Okay,
bad water is.
so-
If we don't know about bad water, tell us about bad water.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, so last year we did talk about the Badwater Salton Sea race that I did, which
Yep.
was 81 miles through the Borrego Springs Desert. But they're, kind of the event that most people basically really know them for is the Badwater 135, formerly the Badwater 146, that takes you from the very lowest elevation, Badwater Basin, all the way up to the Whitney Portal. And so it used to go all the way up to Mount Whitney, but they don't do that anymore just because there's
Permitting.
permit. Yeah. So I put together a resume.
A very beautiful resume.
I put together the resume. I answered my essay questions. And then I nervously waited and I ate all my feelings for the last month waiting for this to, for the drawing. It's not a drawing.
It's an invitation.
It's an invitational race. They only invite, 102 runners a year with the idea that a couple of them are going to drop. And so 100 people on the start line. And I think it was about 40 minutes in when my name came up that it was read.
So you got an invitation to Badwater.
I am going to Badwater.
We're going to bad water.
And Mike, you're wearing a Badwater shirt.
I
Yeah.
am. My very first ultra was Badwater Cape Fear.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
why. That's
what do
why.
you think about it?
Because that's why I'm wearing a shirt. You thought
Yeah.
I got this off of eBay or something?
I was wondering if you went to Big Badwater.
Oh no, that was my very first ultra in 2016.
Wow. So how did you find out about Ultra?
Well, as I was telling you about my treadmill stories, and it's like, and then I ran my first couple marathons, and then I went from marathon 3, marathon 2 to I went 9 years between second and third marathon.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So between 2005 to 2014, and then what happened was right around, I think it was 2015. Yeah, because it was 10 years ago. This lady named Linda Quirk, okay, with the Runwell Foundation. All right, she brought in a pilot program to go to a local treatment center in Jacksonville called Gateway Treatment Center because her stepdaughter went through treatment and stuff. And so what she did was she found that there wasn't a lot of coverage for people to go to treatment, money wise and stuff.
Yeah.
So she started raising money through Runwell Foundation. So she brought Runwell into Jacksonville, into the Gateway Treatment Center, and I started running with those guys. Little did I know, I mean,
You fell in with a bad crowd, didn't you?
One bad crowd to the next bad crowd.
Yeah, Linda at the time had run that 7 continents in 7 days.
Yeah.
She had just completed
man.
that, and that's what she did all the fundraising for.
Yeah.
and then she introduced me to Lisa Smith Batchin.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So
that's
she was my
awesome.
ultra coach. She was my very first ultra coach, and she was the very first person who told me I had to walk when I ran. I was
Yeah.
I told her, I said, I don't know if I can walk. She goes, oh, you will.
Everyone walks.
She did, and I was like, because she put me on like 8 and 2s. I was like,
Okay.
Okay.
So what it is through Runwell, I ran Badwater Cape Fear. Okay, and we
But
have
how
a
did that get
fundraise.
on your radar? Because Cape, for people who don't know, Cape Fear is very interesting. There's a 50K and a 50 miler.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically all on the beach, and it's on an island where there are no cars. You have to take a ferry to get there. So it's basically a pretty, if you miss the ferry or if the ferry
miss the
doesn't
race.
run at the time, it's pretty much. Did you stay on the island?
We did, and I stayed with the Runwell crew because Linda got a beach house there with the Runwell.
So she just said, "Hey, there's this race. You should do it."
Well, what it is they told me about it, and then they started. We raised money for Runwell, and we got
Gotcha.
our comp entry, through
okay.
them and stuff
Nice.
like that. Kind of like the
So you
Heron
went in as
project.
part of a group. Yeah.
Correct. And Grant Mon was there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, I got
He's
to
an
meet Grant
interesting.
Mo-
He's
The
an
legend.
Interesting dude.
Oh, he is, and I got to meet Grant Mon. I was like, I didn't know.
If you haven't read his book, go read his book.
I didn't at the time. I really didn't know how badass this dude was. I mean, I just had no clue. Because I was new to the ultra world and stuff like that. And then also Amy Costa, she was there. She's
Yeah.
Linda's. She's really good. She's probably one of her best friends. I know she's in her top 5 circles. Now Amy's run Badwater like 12 times now in a row, and Linda ran it for several years, and I think Linda ran it last year. And I don't want to tell her age, but she's in her 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she's the
I mean,
oldest.
there are
I
a
believe
lot of
now she's the
people-
oldest woman to finish Badwater.
One of the interesting things on the Badwater, when they, announce the people who are selected, they say this person from either, this, how old you are or what town you're from, welcome to Badwater. And it was very emotional for me. But there was a lot of them. And it's like, we have this person from this place and they're 74 years old. Like the people that are over 60, over 65, there's quite a lot of them. And there's great finishers rates on them, even though, Bob Becker in 2022 finished 17 minutes over the cutoff at age 77.
And Bob Becker's going
He's
back.
going back.
He's going back.
Oh, yeah.
He got selected again.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going back this year. And our friend Andrew
And
Calloway.
And he's 79.
Yeah.
Bob's
Yeah.
79 now.
I think did they say he was going to be 80? I think they said he was going to be 80 at time of.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be 80 then. Yeah, but I know he's.
Yeah.
gonna
So
be-
when is Badwater? When is the race?
Monday, July 7th
gonna say
when it
July.
starts.
It's the same weekend as my I moved my Sizzler up.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's Monday. It's the
Oh, damn
Yeah.
it, Shae. You can't do Badwater. We got to go do Sizzler.
That's right. No. Sizzler can be a recovery run for you.
Perfect.
Because Sizzler's
Yeah.
like the 12th, 13th.
Okay. yeah.
So if you get
I'll
done
be
Thursday,
back.
you fly
I'll be
in.
back
Yeah.
by
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Thanks for moving it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we got a 12-hour for you.
I'll be. That's the weekend. I think I'll be in Ohio for a wedding that weekend.
Oh,
No
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
But that's how I got introduced to ultras, and Lisa was my first coach, and she's still a good friend of mine.
So how
And,
many ultras have you ran? Do you know?
more than marathons now. I'm in
Okay.
double digits.
So,
I think 11.
So
or
what'd
12.
you think of Cape Fear? Like running on the tide? How was the tide when you did it?
Well, the great thing was me and my training partner Steve Dean. Okay, you may have seen him on posts. He's my real good buddy. Him first training partner that I've ever really trained with that was a guy. Because most guys aren't slow as me. They're fast. They're fast. Or they just
Yeah, it's like Kevin and me running
yeah.
together.
Because I run 12,
Yeah.
13.
I'm not that fast. I'm not
right.
that
You're not fast right now because you can't run.
And when I say fast, I'm talking even 9-10 minute pace. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
a 12, 13 minute guy.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Steve's faster. He can run 9-10, but Steve's just really cool. He just waited for me. I was like, wow.
Was the pick,
And he
yeah.
ran that with me to basically,
Nice.
he he wasn't my pacer because pacers aren't allowed.
Well, he was also,
but he was running. Paid. He was a paid
was a
register.
participant.
Exactly. But he stayed with me until the end. This jackass.
He left you in the dust?
He sprinted. Because he could have done that earlier, but he sprinted just so I didn't have a better time than him.
That's so good.
But see, that's why we go back and forth.
So a really good
he doesn't
friend-
have a buckle and I do.
A really good friend at a first ultra will let you finish 2 steps ahead of them so that they take the DFL instead of you.
Well, I didn't know there was DFL. We did not know that there was going to be a DFL award.
So he
Suffer fast.
he did it out of the graciousness of his heart. So
Yeah.
I could beat him in the race.
That is true. I did that for Joe.
Aw.
Yeah.
No more though, right?
Oh no, he gets 1. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No more.
Yeah. One and done.
Yeah, 1 and done. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, so I do have, because I've seen this on, I think you're maybe the third person that's run this race back in like 08, 09. You did Torreya.
No, that's a different Mike Martinez.
it's a different Mike
that's
Martinez.
Not me. And yeah, you saw that guy came in like top 3. He really helps out my ultra
Wait a
science.
second.
Looking good. Yeah.
That's hilarious because we have another Joseph Miller in Florida,
Yeah, I
and
know.
he's in his 20s, and I'm like, yeah, he's really going to help out my stats.
It's Baby Joe Miller.
yeah, little Joe.
But you asked me about the tide, by the way, Shae.
Yeah.
What it is me and Steve, we started training on the beach. We started doing long runs on the beach and stuff. Well, Jacksonville Beach is compact.
It is. Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, and I knew, and I was, because I do my homework. This is one thing that gets me about some of the runners. It's just like, I'm just old school dude. I like to know what the heck I'm running, and like every little bit. I'm like obsessive about it. So when I studied Cape Fear, I was like, oh crap, man, this stuff is soft. Freaking tide's coming up. I'm like, and one thing I don't like, even though I sweat like crazy, wet feet. I can't stand wet feet. So. Grant, and it's funny because when I seen Grant Mon and all those guys, they just go right through the water. I'm like, that ain't me.
Well, they're running fast enough. Their feet are going to dry.
Yeah. So I was doing laterals. I mean, my peroneals on the left side of my legs and my hips were killing me more than anything else because I kept going like
Running
sideways.
away from the tide.
Yeah, and then I'm in the soft sand, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Huh.
I got to run through this stuff for another 20 miles because it's literally the last 20 miles is
Just
all sand.
soft sand.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But now I would probably just go right through the water, even though I don't like wet feet.
Yeah.
I just
Well, you
would.
said your friend doesn't have a buckle. Did they not do buckles at Cape Fear back then?
Well, we got medals. We only did a 50K.
Oh, 50. Okay.
And then they
sorry.
got the 51 miler.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then you get a
And-
buckle for that one.
Right. And yeah, that's because at ARFTA, he dropped out at 100K.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to call him Steve the Beasteen. Now he's Steve the Blister Beasteen.
That's so funny.
Because he's prone to blisters.
Wow.
Unfortunately, yeah, poor. But he's coming to surf.
Let's
Okay,
go.
well,
Yeah. And that's a great
so
transition.
He
So
had
I was gonna say same
yeah, he
thing.
had he didn't have a neuroma
No?
removal. I'm telling his well, he's not one of my patients, so I'm not breaking HIPAA laws. Telling him about his medical history, but he had foot surgery.
Yeah.
And just last year too. So he's still.
I'm going to run 100 miles this year. I'm going to run 200 miles.
Oh, he's going to
this
get 100 miles because if he doesn't get it at surf, we're going to Country Mile, 48 hour.
Oh,
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, we're
cool.
going back. So my goal is just to get a 50K and then crew him.
year. Nice.
So so ultra running has eventually, within your recovery and everything, has led you to become a race director.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, how many years ago was it that you put on your first race as race director?
Well, it was 5 years ago.
So you've really done a lot of moving and shaking in the last 5 years in
I
the
have.
world of RDing.
I have.
Yeah. So how many races do you have total now that you're?
What's the name of the company first? Let's talk
Sombrero
about that.
Running Events.
Oh, how did you come up with this name, Sombrero Running Events?
Yeah. Well, it's like I told you guys, I used to be a snow skier.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened was I was on a Las Vegas ski club. Okay, and what they said was how they try to see people from the ski lift. Have you guys ever snow skied?
No.
You ever
Yeah.
snow
I've
skied
never.
in a damn blizzard?
Nah.
No, not in a blizzard.
Can you ever? You think you can see a pink streamer from a ski pole on a ski lift? Hell no.
No.
So that's what they did.
You
And I
can't see
said,
anything. You're being blinded by the snow basically the whole time.
Exactly. So I told him, I said, look, nah, screw this stuff, man. They were older. They really were. They're like my age now, and I was back in my 30s. So I said, I got something for y'all. So the next trip, I brought my sombrero. Okay, that a patient of mine got from me when she went to Mexico. And so I wore the sombrero. Oh, man, it was a hit. I mean, the kids loved it. Everybody loved it. Everyone could see me. I mean, they're like, "Oh, dude," so I started skiing with it. And really, and to be honest with you, it really helped me because when that snow's coming in sideways and you put your head like this, and I mean, you can really, but it does fall back. But that's why I got a strap. And then it broke one time, and I had to reinforce it on the little grommets on the top and stuff like that, And but it became a real big hit, And even days I'm just like really irritated, tired, or whatever. I didn't have a bad day. With that sombrero on, because they're like, all the kids are like, dude,
everybody's happy about
the kids
it.
are like, dude, cool hat, man, cool hat.
Well, the first time I'd ever heard your name was from a mutual friend of ours, James Mathis. And he talked about the sombrero, and then I seen a picture of you, and you were shirtless, wearing a sombrero on a run.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because what happened was then when I started running, it didn't really morph into anything, but then I ran an inaugural Vegas half marathon on the Strip at night, and I wore my sombrero. That was the first time I wore my sombrero and running. And but then I didn't really run much on the roads with it. I don't even think I ran any other races on the road. But once I started trail running, I was like, oh, it's on.
So the sombrero kind of became synonymous with Mike Martinez.
Exactly.
When you showed up to something, there was a sombrero involved in it. So this is probably why you picked the name for your company.
That's exactly why I did. Because 2 years ago, I started in April 2 years ago. I was like, and if you guys don't know, I got to mention Russ Hartzell. But he's my right-hand man, it's like, so me and Russ were talking about, because Russ, even though I'm the founder of the organization, but Russ is, I'd like to consider him like the brainchild of it too, though, because he gives me so much great input. And we were talking about a name, and we're like, got a catchy name or whatever. And I don't know if he said it or if I said it, but anyways, we both agreed that sombrero, making sombrero running events, and we're like, so... Because it's catchy, it's me, and it's me. I'm the sober sombrero runner. People now know me, identifies that, and heck, half the time people, when they don't see me with my sombrero on, they're like, "Hey, where's your sombrero? Oh, I didn't recognize you without that sombrero." Whether it's at a race or wherever. So that's how that started. And
so did you RD your first race before you created the company? Then
I did.
Okay. So what was the first race that you was race director for?
My very first race was the 2019 Run for Recovery.
Yeah.
It was the Run for Recovery 5K in Jacksonville.
So you were a 5K RD.
It was a 5K RD. Yeah, and we had like 300 runners.
Oh wow!
Yeah, for an inaugural race.
That's good.
It was really cool. I mean, just and all the money went back to the recovery community, and so that's what's really cool about that.
Gotcha. So you got the bug for race directing.
I did, and then and then I started doing in 2020 when COVID came. I was the race director for the very first trail race on the Jennings State Forest on a Pioneer Trail. At the time, it was Blaze Pioneer.
Yeah.
That was me and Daryl Heron and Tix. Those guys. We were all, but I was the race director for that. The very first one ever in that forest. And it was during COVID. We had to run 50 people on Saturday and 50 people on Sunday. They wouldn't let us have more than 50 people, and we had to wear a mask and all that.
Oh, that sounds horrendous.
So that was
running that.
That was my first trail race directing, and then I also was a race director for Run to the Sun, which was an 8K in Jacksonville with the Florida Striders.
Wow!
I was
we actually met Russ at our first 50K, but we actually saw all of you guys at Daytona 100, and I may have vandalized Russ's truck.
I may have.
I think
you still have the sticker on.
Hey man, I snitched on you right away, bro. I don't even think you made it inside your truck before. I was like, hey, look what happened, bro.
Well, you and I had probably chatted some online. I think and you were trying to kind of reach out to the runners in our community, I think, and trying to kind of build that community and grab some people to come up and start participating in some of the runs you were doing. And I don't know that I think the first time I actually met you in person was at Keys 100, wasn't it?
I think so. Because it wasn't at one of my, of course, because you haven't really done one of my races, Joe.
I've done.
I had to get you, Joe.
I mean, we all really haven't.
I know it's all good. It's all good.
The only thing I did was Sufferfest at that time. Russ was RDing it?
Because I went and ran a 48-hour that day.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Stevie's Roost?
Yeah, Stevie's Roost.
But did you get your first 100 mile there?
I got my first 100 mile 3 weeks before Stevie's Roost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I did Stevie's Roost and got a 50K, because I ran Stevie's Roost and I was still helping Russ, but whatever. But yeah, that was he was the RD for that, and I was like, damn, I was looking, even though I didn't know you guys, I was looking forward to meeting you guys and stuff, and
But here we are, full circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so yeah, that's
Now he's trying to get us out of his life.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think I first met you maybe Whispering Pines a couple years ago.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years. I believe 3 years because I met Shae first.
Yeah.
I think it's about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
'cause-
Joe and Kevin had not started in Old.
Yeah, we've not been there yet.
Yeah, we were still figuring out our way through running.
and then of course Joe with you, it's your signature beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has become, the thing is, if you'd have known me 5 years ago, you wouldn't have seen the signature beard.
Yeah.
It didn't exist.
I've seen pictures of you back in your military days.
weird.
Yeah, it's so
weird.
so odd. If I shaved it, I would throw everyone for a.
I think you should shave it right now.
Oh, April Fools.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we should take up a donation to shave Joe's beard.
Do a GoFundMe account.
I think we should.
You would have to raise a lot
Raise
of money
for charity.
for a
Money
very good charity.
for
you know,
charity.
you know how they do the locks for kids or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Locks of love.
Locks of love.
Yeah, locks of love.
Yeah, you could just you got to grow it a little bit longer. You gotta
So
have like
there's
12 inches.
there's another foundation. It's called St. Baldrick's, and they do something similar. If somebody meets their goal, they shave their head bald.
Joe, what do you think?
I could shave my bald head.
And of course, I know Kevin because
It would have to be a really, really good event and a lot of money raised for me to shave this glorious beard of mine.
I think we should do it.
It would come back though.
It
I mean,
will- it will grow.
like I said, the
It will
length it
grow
is
back.
right now takes about 10 months to get there.
Oh, that's not 10 month sacrifice, bro.
Yeah, for the right,
You got this.
for the right charity.
We're gonna put some thought into that. You guys have a good charity in mind for us to do this. We need to convince Joe to make this happen.
No one would know who I was anymore. I mean,
okay.
there's two things that I get comments on.
Your calves, bro.
Calves.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I'm known for.
Well, I got I don't want to say I got calf envy because
You
I
got
got
good
because
legs.
I got really nice calves too.
Yeah.
but it's kind of nice to have someone else with that.
Yeah.
Seriously, it really is because it's like, man, I appreciate that. 'Cause I know, well, and I don't usually look at guys' legs, except for Kevin's chicken legs.
Hey.
But I'm like, oh man, Joe's got some thick calves.
Yeah, there's
you know?
so there's two parts of that. Part of it's just genetics, and if you don't have
Definitely.
good genes for it, you're just not going to have it. It doesn't matter how much you work out. But then there is also the fact that I've worked out since I was a teenager, and I've been running for most of my life because I've had to. Only the last 4 years because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody would like a calf donation, I would not be mad to get rid of some of my calves. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't wear skinny jeans because my calves are too big.
I was making fun of my buddy Rob in the gym today, and because he always makes pokes at the calves because he loves them. And I said, well, you could get some calf implants,
Yes, there was a MTV True Life
I
of
saw
a
that.
guy that was getting
Did
calf implants.
Yeah, he sure did.
He got calf implants.
You still
for
just
real.
look like skinny, tiny little legs with big calves.
Huge calves. Little tiny chicken legs with huge calves.
It just looks
Wow.
out of place.
It's like now remember I lived in Vegas for 10 years, right? It's like
yeah.
the guys that and I call it shoe polish.
That's not where I thought we were going with this story. We were talking to implants, and you went to Vegas, and you went to some dude's head.
I'm a medical professional,
Okay,
so trust
all
me,
right.
those things do exist. When they're walking around in a hospital gown, and you're like, "Oh, you're happy to see me, huh?"
You know what? I have a friend of mine that was a mortician, a medical. No, what they do?
medical examiner.
Is it the medical examiner that does the autopsy
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So he's a medical examiner, and he told me stories about penile implants in people that had deceased, and they're there, and things still work.
I'm not talking about large penises anymore on the pod.
Gosh darn it, Joe!
It doesn't make them bigger; it just makes them useful.
Shae has a. So in Shae,
Size matters.
in Shae's house, she has a Pringles can.
That is the giant penis jar.
And it is every time I bring the story up. I'm not bringing the story up right now.
You have to put money in it?
I have to put money in it.
Oh, she's going to get rich.
Especially as Caliente gets closer.
How much money? Whatever you got in your pockets?
I don't know.
He hasn't.
That's why.
I'm
That's why you
usually
like.
broke.
He's afraid of the can.
I am afraid of the can.
No, you want to.
bring it with
You're
you.
young enough that you probably like not like me. I'm an old dude. I always got cash.
Oh, no,
you got
no,
the card,
the
right?
plastic.
Yeah.
So you just got to put your card in there every
Yeah,
time.
slide it.
Down the
Enter my
slot.
pin. Ding, 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 ding.
You're like my daughter's ages, I think. So yeah, they don't carry cash either.
Nah.
Yeah.
How old's your daughter? How old's your daughter?
36.
Yeah. That's
They
right.
don't-
I'm 36 as well.
Yeah.
He's close. He's close.
I'll be 41 this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't like it when I give them cash. They don't know what the hell to do with it.
No,
Yeah.
cash is like money that you don't have
well-
to think about.
Cash is king.
Well, I do give it to them, but yeah, they don't decline it.
Yeah.
No,
I don't need that. I don't need that.
I don't know how this works. Ugh.
Can you just Venmo me?
Well, I do that. Oh yeah, that was probably the first app on my phone.
I like to
It
drop
was a
cash.
Venmo and PayPal.
My kids, for whatever reason, they won't take money from me. I mean, I love that. They don't ask for money from me either. But if I have money on me and my kids are around, it's going to end up in their pocket, their purse, their car, somewhere. I'm going to leave some cash.
Yeah, they never asked me.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Papa Joe.
Papa Joe.
Yep, take care of you. I'll take care of you. I don't have any cash on me right now, though.
All right. Well, shit. No. No,
All right.
Oh, look, he's got a whole stack
here
of
we
cash.
go.
one of those
Hey,
wallets.
I don't have the hundreds on me today.
All right.
I have a wallet like that. I love it.
You do the single dollar bill one?
Yeah, I love it.
And there's so much shit in there. How much shit do you have in this
You
wallet?
could put a lot of stuff
Holy
in these
hell.
wallets.
Yeah, man.
Look at all those cards. He's got like at least 20 cards in there.
That's
At least
a lot.
7.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of shit.
There's a lot.
You carry a lot of shit with you.
Here's one for you and your scooter.
Oh, look, what do you got here?
Yeah.
Oh, attention. You parked like an idiot. Flip over to see the reason.
He's got so many.
That's
he's got
so
many
great.
cards.
Yeah, you might want to hide your identity there.
Put that one on top.
Yeah, well, that's why I turned it around.
Put that one on top. Can I please get your social security number? We already know what you first car you drove.
1-800. I don't.
It's whatever Shae said earlier.
Yeah. That's it.
By the way, my first car was an 86 Ford Thunderbird.
A Thunder Chicken.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at that.
It was my ass kicking Thunder.
Also a big car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make them like that anymore.
No. They're little
Yeah, the
tanks.
brakes weren't great, and I lived in Idaho, and there was snow, so it was front wheel drive.
A Thunder Chicken was front wheel drive?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Huh.
Maybe it was rear. I don't know.
I thought they were rear
think so,
wheel.
too.
Rear wheel drive is the one you don't want to drive.
Yeah,
in
you
snow.
don't wanna
Okay,
drive
then
in
it
the
was
snow.
rear.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
then it was that.
Front wheel
yes.
drive is the one that does
do
work.
wheel
Do.
drive,
Okay,
correct.
yeah. So and then the brakes were a little not great.
Yeah.
So sometimes they didn't work. So that was my first car.
It's kind of like the other car that we knew you by. Nothing worked in it.
You know what? I loved that car.
I'll never forget the time.
Just because it was 18 years old doesn't mean it was a bad car.
There's a lot of 18-year-olds that are bad.
We played a lot of gas roulette.
It was gas chicken. So my
Gas
gas
chicken.
gauge didn't work. It just said it was empty all the time. And so I had to play gas chicken of like, when was the last time I filled up my car? Okay.
I don't know.
Just don't drive past a gas station without putting
And
gas
well,
in it.
I did lose gas chicken one time.
Oh.
Right in front of the gas station. A bunch of teenagers got out and helped me push my car.
Joe, I tell you, I've drove a lot of shit boxes in my day.
Yeah.
Okay. But shit box
I
took the cake. It fucking pulled to the right. I'm like driving down the interstate.
It was that.
with it turned to the left, all the way as hard left.
It was
as
trying
I
to get to
can.
a gas station.
And it's driving straight. I'm like, she's got this whole gangster thing going on where it's like we turn the wheel and then we drive with the wheel turned at a 45-degree angle just to drive straight going down the road.
it wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty-
Let's call Mark. We've done this game before.
Yeah, and then we did have to use the stick to be able to
hold the
open
hatch
up the hatch in the back. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
did the
but-
windshield wipers work without a rope?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Oh.
Why are we talking about a rope?
I'm just teasing about the rope.
Oh, okay. I was
but the
like,
windshield
did-
wipers didn't
Wipers
work.
did not work.
they did.
No, ma'am. When you have a 2-inch strip in the middle of the windshield that's clean and you can't see anything else, that's considered not working.
Yeah, but if you can see through it, it's fine.
Hey, Shae, I got your back on this one, okay?
Yes.
Because my windshield wipers don't work.
I drove my Trailblazer until I could not drive it anymore.
That is very true.
But, there's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, that's smart financially.
Yeah.
You know, it gets you ahead in life when you wear out things versus just replace them because you want new.
That's true.
So that's very smart of you. You know, good for you.
Good job,
it
Shae.
it was a smart financial decision and not a necessary decision because I like traveling. It wasn't that at all.
And that was how Shae got into ultra running.
Yeah.
She lost the gas chicken. Well, fuck, I gotta run home now.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm 27 miles from home. Oh, well.
Yeah, let's do it.
So right now, do you know how many races that you have for Sombrero events?
We have 9.
9 races.
We have Yo Mama.
Okay.
Yeah,
Our
and
friend Susan just did that one.
she did, and she did great. I mean, I sat down and first time I met Susan.
Oh,
sat
we
down
love
there.
Susan.
Yeah, and it's like I've only seen her online and stuff. And then when I talked to her, she goes, "Yeah, you know, I always wanted to do a trail marathon." She's like, "You just don't have them." And and it's kind of interesting because I talked to Russ about it. I was like, we usually get like 12 people to do the trail marathon, and it's just like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. And Russ is like, well, there you go, Mike. You got to keep it next year. I was just going to go straight 50K, but it's like, because when I hear stories like that, and see, this is a race director.
Yeah.
When I hear this stuff, it's like, well, I always try to, I try to be modest about this saying, and I don't really, it's the first time I probably said it publicly. Okay. It's like, I like to look at myself as like the runner's RD or the people's RD, in that context, because I don't want what Mike Martinez wants.
Yeah.
I want what you guys want. And so,
Do you smell what Mike is cooking? Because he's the people's RD.
now don't pull a hot chocolate on me, okay? The people's champ.
But I do know that about you, and I know that the clientele of people that come to your races is just so varied. I mean, like, it's a very inclusive community of people that run in your race. I mean, there's just everyone from every walk of life there.
It's great.
And from the fast little itty bitty guys to the big guys like me, you know. Everyone is there showing up to your races. You have walkers. You have a pretty large disabled community that comes in and participates in your runs. So you have something for everyone.
What I thought was really cool is, I know last year you modified the course for someone in a wheelchair.
I did.
And that was amazing. I thought that was one of the most inspiring things that I'd seen any race director ever do.
My wife did one of your races in the spring, and there were 3 or 4 wheelchair racers out there. And a lot of times they don't have the ability. There's no place. People do race in wheelchairs all the time, but a lot of them don't have races to go to. Don't have a place to go to, especially in ultra. So that's cool. Really, I mean, everyone is out there representing your races. So kudos.
Yeah, thanks.
So you got Not Your Mama.
So now we have, I go in order, so this way I can remember I'm old.
Yep.
Then we have S.U.R.F.
Yep.
Coming up in 2 weeks.
We'll talk all about that here in a little bit.
And then we have Lupapalooza.
Yep.
Which last year was the first event. Madres Fiesta, Mother's Day, trail race. Then we have Sizzler.
Yep.
In July. And then we have SOS. It was in September. Okay, and that's a race we dedicate just to recovery, because September's National Recovery Month. And then we have Wawa Crawl.
Oh yeah,
man, that's a good one. And we're going to add a 20-miler to it this year. So because I'm running Marine Corps Marathon again, and several of us are, so it's going to be 3 weeks before Marine Corps Marathon.
Oh, okay.
So we can do a 20-mile training run. Exactly.
Nice.
And then we have Halloween Havoc. Oh man,
I want to do that so bad.
Now, what's Halloween Havoc? Because I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, it's the very first night race in Jennings State Forest. We had it not this last year, but the year before. We had it on Friday the 13th in October, and so it was really cool. I mean, it sold out. I limited to 100 runners. It sold out. Kids come out. Man, they had a great time.
It's a 5K, right?
It's 4 miles.
Okay.
3.75.
Got it.
Yeah, and no one got lost. My runners get lost during the day, man, but they don't get lost at night in the forest,
Well, you can follow headlamps. That's what it is. You can see the headlamps ahead of you.
That's it. Yeah, and then I put little green glow sticks out.
Nice.
And that was really cool because when I marked the course, I never marked the course at night. I mean, you know, and then most trail race directors, they don't do any of that stuff. They don't put stuff out on. They'll put flagging,
little flags,
but they don't. I've never seen a green glow stick out there. But I was like, hey, it's Halloween. It goes with the theme, and we got a lot of inexperienced runner. We got people never ever step foot on a trail.
Super duper cool swag too.
Yeah.
it is
So
fun stuff. I see you had a Halloween costume contest too.
Oh yeah, we had a Halloween contest, and then we also had our infamous slow ass award.
Nice.
You know, because hey, I'm a proud member of the DFL club, especially in my first ultra.
Same.
I've been at races to where everyone left.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they left. I mean, the only thing that left me was my sombrero because I left it at like the first aid station,
Jeez.
which is I was okay with it.
Yeah.
It just took me a long time. They didn't have a cutoff, but they left. But anyways, I'm just very sensitive to that, kind of like what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Joe.
me too.
And so
We always try to if we're at an event, like we always try to stay
to the end.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I was really
We're there. We will be there to the end to cheer in the
cheer
last
everybody
person.
on.
But
We
it, and I'm the same way, you know.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, Halloween Havoc, and then last year we had it November 1st. So hopefully, it's the only night race out there.
Yeah.
And so
I was going to do it, but it was like Tampa was the very next day.
and it goes
So I
right
didn't do
through an 18th century cemetery. Oh, yeah. We got our scare station people out there, at the cemetery, and it's just a really cool trail, really cool vibe, and everybody just really likes
Yeah,
it.
race site that I'm looking at has one of those too. And,
Yeah.
and it has Civil War era cemetery in it.
So what about Loopapalooza?
And
Let's
let me
we're
finish.
missing
Let me
one.
finish.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
And then so we have Halloween Havoc, and then how did I forget? We have Operation Outdoor Freedom.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's in March. Okay, and that's for that's a program at the Florida Forest Service as a charity run.
Yep.
It's for wounded veterans. Matter of fact, this weekend I'm going on a hike with those guys
Okay.
for the third year in a row with the OF, and so we get to go with their veterans and
nice.
You know,
That's almost the same course as the
Sufferfest.
Sufferfest used to be. Very close.
correct, because it was going to be a 5 and 10 miler. It's going to go through section 4. So
Yep.
yeah, it's basically about the same.
Section 4.
And then right now, you could probably say I consider Yo Mama our marquee event because
Yeah.
it's the most populated one. It's my favorite one. It's dedicated to my mother. But
Nice.
probably our somewhat signature race is Festivus.
Nice.
That's a
Okay.
50 miler, 1st of December. It's our longest race. It's the longest race in Northeast Florida, longest trail race in Northeast Florida.
Our buddy Tyler ran that. He did really good.
He did. Tyler, I met him. Yeah, man, he did
Great
great.
dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, and we haven't. Now that I mentioned that, we're in the process of making Festivus longer. Oh yeah, like twice as long.
Yeah.
Oh,
now we're
yeah.
talking.
So
You're talking 100K?
twice as 50 mile. Do the ultra math there, Kevin.
You said it was a.
Twice. It's a 50 miler.
Can I get a pen?
So twice as long is 100 miles.
So is there a buckle?
So another belt buckle race.
So we're in the works. It's like, Florida Forest Service. We're waiting on the approval from them. They get all. I want it. The guy who's my guy to talk to. He's all for it, but he's got to just get their approval from others. And so
Yeah, there's a little
and-
politics that go into being a race director. And I've
There
learned
is,
this. At least,
yeah. And I think it's a good chance. I wouldn't. This is the first time I talked publicly about it, and some of our runners were getting the word out. But
Yeah.
I don't like to. I'm the type of guy that I don't want to say something
until it happens. for
correct
sure. Yeah.
until I know that it's going to happen. And especially as a race director, I just feel like that's a responsible thing to
is.
do.
Yep.
But at the same time, like in this context, I don't mind just sharing a little bit. Like, hey, this is what
we're thinking
wanting.
about.
This is exactly what we want. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
but at the same
no harm
time,
done.
because I don't want, because we know, like long haul just opened up.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's doing, and I don't want someone to just sit there and say, "Oh, well, Mike might have a 100 miler." And I don't want people to think like that. I don't want, so that's why I don't want to jump the gun on it, because I'm like, hey, if you want to do, or I know Scott's getting his 100 miler
Peace
too,
River,
which is like a couple weeks later. So I don't, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not doing ourselves any justice, or any runners who may want to run that course.
area. Yeah.
Exactly.
And here's the thing, like I've noticed too, like if people in North Florida are running different stuff than people in South Florida.
Very
Definitely.
true.
I mean,
Yeah, it's not
like
the
a
same.
lot of the North Florida folk are going a lot to Georgia.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So
Yeah, we get a lot of. I mean, of course, you have some ultra runners that travel the circuit and will do all the races in all the different areas. But on the most part, if someone has a good race within a commuting distance, an hour or two of their home, that's where they're going to run.
Definitely.
And so we need to provide opportunities for those people. Because again, we want to, it's not that there's competition. It might be a little bit for the bodies, but it's more about providing an opportunity for runners and to grow the community. If people don't know what we do and they don't have an opportunity to do it, how are they ever going to?
Correct. Like you would just, in your segue into Loopapalooza.
Yep.
Like Jacksonville area has never had a timed event until I brought it. It there. And that was my vision. That's my vision because I like timed events. Back in the day when I first started ultra, I was like, running 1 mile loops? Are you crazy? What idiots are doing that? And also the timed event just didn't dawn it. But also I'm open minded enough. Just like when they talked me into running my first 50K, because I just think people are crazy doing that. I was like, well, let me try it. Now that I'm a little older, I'm in a knee replacement, category. It's like those type of things are really good because it gives me, like, for instance, the last couple of years, I've had to sit and ice my knee.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I didn't ice my knee, I'd be in a lot of pain. I wouldn't probably do as well. I'd be a little bit more ticked off. But icing my knee afforded me the ability to keep going and in a pain-free range.
Well, that's one of the magic things about a timed loop event is that there's not going to be a DNF.
Correct.
And anyone at any level can come and practice or do as far as they can go on their own, without worrying about being pulled off the course.
A lot of people get nervous about that.
That, the race you got coming up, which we really want to dig into, the Sombrero Ultra Running Festival. I think this is probably the new race in Florida that I'm the most excited about.
Same.
Oh, wow.
Out of all the new races that are coming up in Florida, this one is the one everywhere in Florida. This is the one I'm most excited about because this is going to give a lot of people that want, like myself, that want to do 100 miles, but could never do it in 32 hours.
Me too.
48 hours, you can do a lot of work in that time. And so it gives people an opportunity that are the back of the pack runners to be able to do something that it's not that they're not capable of going the distance. They're just not fast.
Well, let's dive into surf. Let's talk about what it is.
So tell us about concept and how you came about this race and what it is. I mean, where did this all start?
Well, I know Kevin mentioned I keep going back to Loopapalooza.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because of like Loopapalooza last year was our first short loop course that we had. Okay, and that's a 1.25 mile loop, flat on an old Navy base, Cecil Field.
Yeah.
And what's great about that is like literally 5 minutes from my house.
Nice.
I mean, it's 2 miles down the road.
Nice.
I mean, it's just it's just so close. And that's where our wheelchair athletes were, in that course, because they did. I think they did both. I think they did Loopapalooza and Scissor. I know they did Loopapalooza. I know that.
Yeah.
Harris and Sarah.
Yeah.
And that was my idea was to think outside the box a little bit because I want to be all inclusive. I want to be and that's part of my own. I'm a physical therapist assistant, so that's part of it. And I think like, hey, you can do it.
Yeah.
And if you give person that opportunity. It's all about that opportunity. So I want to create that opportunity for everybody. And then I modified the course so they didn't have to. There was a little grassy area, and they just can't push their chairs through the grass, with little roots. It's small, but so I just had them come straight across, and it worked out just fine. So. When Loopapalooza came about, everyone loved it. I mean, it's a new concept to people here. I of course have done those type events, and it just got my mind working. And Russ is always slowing me down because I'm like, oh man, I can do this race or I can do this race. Russ is like, hey man, I'm like,
you know who this sounds like? This sounds like Scott Hoover and James Hurst.
I don't know their dynamic, but I know
It's similar.
It's very similar.
I know. I don't know James, but I know enough about Scott. And Scott's probably like me.
Yes.
Idea,
Exactly.
and the other person's be like, "Hey, wait a second, we have to think logistics."
Let's keep it on the rails.
I've pegged that already. Yeah, and so it's like, but So when we did Loopapalooza, I was like, all right, and then we're like, all right, we gotta get a heat one. We gotta go to Florida. We gotta get one in the summer. So that's when we created Sizzler.
Yeah. And it was hot.
It was. Oh yeah, you were there.
Yeah,
you were there. And so, and then at that time, actually before then, it was April. It was April when I got to Loopapalooza. I was like, man, I want to, because I thought about using a Loopapalooza course to do at least a 24-hour or 36-hour. But I was just like, I want a little more amenities, because, just if we're going to have it on the road like that.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Clay County tourism lady who helped me with some of my trail races. And I said, hey, look, I want to do a multi-day ultra. And what's available in Clay County. So she told me about the new regional sports complex out there.
Okay. And
then also another place that had Tough Mudders. I won't name the name because I don't want other race directors going there. So anyways, I went to 2 venues and so this started last April. And we started, emailing back and forth and stuff. The only hang up at the time was they didn't have any scheduled fees for this facility because it's soccer fields. There's 8 soccer fields. So they only had the fees for the soccer fields. No one had ever approached them about doing anything what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we had to actually technically wait until September for them to have their board meeting to do all that. In the meantime, they told me, yeah, we approve you can go there, but until we can figure out the cost, because it was going to be like 5 times more than what I'm paying now.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm the type that I don't want to put the word out there unless I know. But at the same time, I think it was June or July. I think it was around June that we broadcasted it. It's still late. You guys know it's still late for that type of event. So we put it out there and just said, hey, look, this is what we want to do. I'm always very transparent. Always. I'm always going to be that kind of person because I'm just never going to lead anyone on or tell them something that I can't keep any promises. So we just told people about it. And then once we got, I think it was July is when we said, hey, look, we got the permission. We got it finalized. All we got to do is wait on this fee schedule in September. So we're going to put you on a wait list if you want to do it. So we opened up registration. And then when we find out in September, then, right.
Billion, whatever.
And so I was really surprised by the response. We got like 25 or 30 people on the wait list. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. For the 48 hour alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because my vision is just that, Joe, is like, I want it to be accessible for everybody. Like me, when I did ARFTA, I took my time. I went back to the hotel, got to sleep. I mean, I had 57 hours. I did it in like 51 hours, something like that. Yeah. So, I was like, and at the time I really wasn't thinking about having a 48-hour ultra myself. But just my own experience, I'm an older guy. I'm not fast, never have been, but I can cover that distance as long as I'm healthy. And so that's my thoughts and that's my vision to where, there are other 40, like I ran Merrill's Mile a few years ago in preparation for ARFTA because it was a good 1 mile circles. I did a 24-hour. They have a 48-hour.
And Merrill's Mile in I can't remember. Dahlonega, there it is, Georgia, and it's hot.
It was 4th of July weekend.
They do it. It is hot. It is exposed. I have not done it yet, but I know several people who have.
You have
no coverage.
You're gonna have some hot times coming up ahead.
Oh yeah. But it's. I think it's
training.
Yeah, I think it's actually the same weekend. Yeah, it's exactly the same weekend. Yep. So I did that, and all those type of races give me thoughts. Like now that I'm a race director, I have my own experiences to go on. Yeah, and but that's just it. That's why I try to say I'm the people's, RD or whatever in that context, because I want what's best for everybody. And, I love my front runners. I love everybody, but I love everybody equal. It's just like in my work and my job, right? I don't care what kind of insurance you got. I don't care if you have insurance. I don't care who you are, what you've done, where you've been. I'm going to treat you just like if you're the CEO or that one analogy about being a janitor or the CEO, I'm going to treat you the same. I don't care who you are.
Everyone deserves the opportunity to be able to do this. And they deserve to have the same experience.
Correct.
Because we've had that complaint here about races that the person that wins the race has a completely different experience than the person that finishes last, and that's not fair to that last person because a lot of times the resources.
Just quit taking my pizza away.
Yeah.
at Space Coast.
Everyone deserves to have the same
Well,
opportunities.
everyone's going to get a chorizo and egg burrito, whether they're the first person or the last person.
Yeah.
Everyone. 'Cause that's my main mission. And actually,
Yeah, let's talk about that burrito situation.
and actually, as a race director, and this is it drives me nuts. Okay, and I get it. I'm not too harsh on it, but basic necessity like water, people, water. It's the cheapest thing to buy. Okay, and you can reuse the damn stuff. It isn't like a medal or a shirt where you can just.
I was just thinking you pee into the bottle after you're done and then re-drink it. Okay, so not the same.
Joe, I learned something snow skiing. Never eat yellow snow. So yeah, my main goal is the safety of the runners, and that begins with just the basic necessities of the water and stuff like that. And like with our races, of course, hey, like they say, you can't trust a skinny chef. Like me, I like to eat, and so I just want to make sure that the biggest thing when you go to a race is, of course, the road races, or the joke is, you get a banana and water, which is true. I mean, but I was like, hey, and I know other ultras serve food.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I love my chorizo and egg burritos. I started giving it to my coworkers years and years ago when I lived in Vegas, and they all loved it. So I'm like, I'm gonna start making them at my races. And that's why, as you see this buckle here, that was my idea.
Hold it up for us. Hold it up over your head here.
That was my idea.
Let's get a good picture of this thing. I love it.
Someone's really going to love winning this thing.
It's chorizo and egg burrito eating contest. How many ultras have that? Zero. And it's going to be a high noon on Saturday. We got a professional eater coming. He's not eligible for that.
He's just kind of coming to set the bar, right?
He's going to set the bar, and it's going to be a 5-minute contest. Okay,
5 minutes is a long
and it's
time.
free. That's
I can eat a lot of freaking burritos.
It's
in 5
free.
minutes.
No one has to pay.
How many burritos do you think you can eat in 5 minutes, Mike?
It depends.
How many chorizo?
How many depends do you need to eat a lot of burritos in 5 minutes, Mike?
It depends if I take my Ozempic shot at that time or not.
Okay. Let's skip the Ozempic for a few
I thought
weeks.
about that. I was like, oh man, how many? I mean, my mind tells me I can probably eat 20.
You think 20 in
My
5
mind,
minutes?
my
In
mind,
5 minutes, though.
my mind tells me.
I think I got
Have you ever
21.
Have you ever done an eating competition kind of thing?
Well, I love sushi, and I go to the
Okay.
all-you-can-eat sushi bars, and I will eat.
Oh, that's a challenge.
Oh, I will eat a lot of sushi.
So
but-
Shae, you think your brother wants to become a runner because he can come eat a burrito?
Well, I'm saying, right? So, my brother
Do you
and
have
I.
to run?
He doesn't have to. He can come out. I don't care. I'm over. No.
He
I'm,
might-
I'm telling anybody and everybody.
Find out where he
might be in Thailand.
Yeah, he's got his honeymoon coming up soon. But my brother and I together, we ate a 28-inch pizza together. I think it was 28-inch pizza, and so we won T-shirts for that. It was very fun. We ate so much pizza. It was so good until it was not. And that took us like 45 minutes, and we had like an hour time limit. And then I went to this local ice cream place in Bellevue, and they had a ice cream challenge, and you had to eat 12 mega scoops, 2 brownies, all of the toppings, all of the syrups in 15 minutes. And I ate the entire thing except for like 4 bites of a brownie.
That's like one brownie.
Wow.
It was so sad. I almost
I think you
ended
should
up on
come
the
back.
wall.
Redemption.
There's this place in Amarillo, Texas.
Oh yeah, the big
96-ounce steak.
The big
no.
Texan.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-pound salad or some shit. It's like ridiculous.
Oh, it's
Baked
crazy.
potato is like this big. It's massive.
Okay, I would go for the baked potato.
And you got to eat the steak.
I just want the
You got
baked
to have all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it's
20.
a free event. It's one of those things where it just came to my mind. It's just like, yeah. And also, we haven't really like formally announced it, but we also are going to have an open recovery meeting. There's not anything related to anything. Just come. You can vent, even if you're a freaking wounded ultra runner. You can just come, and so we're going to have recovery meeting for people to just come and share. We're going to try to do a little live feed for runners that are still running and stuff. So
That's cool.
yeah,
That's really nice.
yeah,
48 hours. You can do a lot of fun stuff in 48 hours.
you can.
Yeah. And you got to entertain folks besides, they can entertain themselves, I guess, for 48 hours. That's a long time.
So what's the loops look like?
Well, actually, as of today, we had to modify it.
Okay.
RD life, man. RD life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know. I mean, just today, actually, I went out to the course. Okay, and because I'm starting to walk more and stuff like that. So it's real nice out. So I also wanted to just do different times of the day. But I arrived on the complex. It was like 1:30. Russ calls me. I didn't answer his call, but and then he text messages me. He goes, "Hey man, answer your phone." So I'm like, "All right." And he goes, "Hey, I just got a call. I just got an email from Clay County, and we got to modify the course." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, we can't do the back loop because the maintenance guy said it's like a vegetation area, which it only cut off like not even 1/10 of a mile."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just fair.
But they didn't want you wearing out the grass.
I think so.
It's probably there to hold for erosion or
It
whatever.
probably is. Yeah. What it is just all it is I cut it along the tree line around the retention pond because I figured it's a nice retention pond and nice tree line. So why bother just cut it across that back soccer field when I can just go around there?
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. I mean, it really isn't. Just cut the course a little. The only issue with me was, well, you say it's a certain length, but it's
How long is the course going to be?
1.35 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 1.47.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like them.
It's ultra.
Not like the guy in Country Mile.
We'll just call it ish.
Yeah, I'm not throwing Matthew the RD under the bus here, but he increased it to 4.2 miles from a 5K. Me and Steve were like, "Man, that's an extra damn mile."
Hey, you know what you do when that happens? You just ask, "Where's the finish?"
Where's the finish?
all you
Oh,
gotta do.
yeah, that's good.
Man, I mean, I've run a 106-mile 100-miler.
Yeah, I did too.
It was so tough.
Well, when I did ARFTA, I made sure to get 102 miles. You know why?
Why?
Because when Steve runs his 100-miler, I'll have a better PR.
Nice.
Yeah, man, there's no competition with us at all.
But you're winning.
Oh, yeah.
So you brought in all this swag for us to look at, and there's some really nice stuff here. So you've got a belt buckle for your burrito eating champion, but then you have several different belt buckles for your distance finishers, and a medal. I mean, and these are really nice looking.
They are very
They're really
cool.
nice.
Beautiful.
I love that it's the shape of a sombrero. I love that.
That was my
really
idea.
Cool.
That was that. Russ
There
comes up
are-
with a lot of this stuff. He really does.
So you have a
200.
200 mile,
There are 3 different sombreros per buckle.
Yeah.
a 150, and a 100, and then you have the medal.
What's the medal for? What do you get for the medal? Just participation?
Anybody.
Yeah.
All the.
Yeah.
No matter what
no
distance
matter what you
get.
run? Yeah. Nice.
And then we also have 50-mile stickers and
Okay.
100-mile
Yeah.
stickers. And also, little known fact, but I don't advertise it, but I give out straw sombreros.
Oh,
I just
that's fun.
just give them out. It's just like just put them on a table, people grab them, whatever. And we're gonna have long sleeve technical shirts as well.
Cool.
And then we just got a new. You commented on it, or you
did.
liked it or something.
Yeah.
A new sponsor, the Pickle
I did.
Factory.
Of course I did. Of course I
The
saw that.
pickle.
Right there.
Kevin's like, I'm bringing.
What is the-
scooters are allowed, bro?
Are they? Oh.
Yeah, man. All
right.
so what is
man.
the pickle factory?
It's a place in Jacksonville.
I mean,
It's like a store.
Is it a restaurant?
No,
Do
it's a store. They sell
store?
pickles.
They have one pickle or 5,000
They've
pickles?
got
or,
everything pickle related.
Huh.
You should check them out.
Pickled foods.
Pickle
and-
Factory. They posted a link on the Facebook. Check it out.
Yeah, well, I'm going to for sure. I like pickled stuff.
One of our runners, he does all of our races. He Bill Genovese is his name. And anyways, he went there, I don't know, a month or so ago, and he posted in the groups, "Hey man, you guys need to check this place out." He sold all the pickles, and I never heard of it.
Nice.
So Russ emailed him.
I mean, pickle goes synonymously with ultra.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're just hand in hand. They go together.
Oh yeah, and I never was big on the pickle juice, but now
yeah.
I like it now. I mean, it's acquired. Oh yeah. By the way, it's funny as hell. The Donna runners, okay?
Yeah.
Yesterday we did an aid station at mile 5 for the Donna runners, okay? We had pickle juice out there. I don't need to
This
finish
is
do
great. I
And
love
they're
it.
road runners. And guess what they love? They love lemon lime Gatorade.
They don't know what pickle juice is.
So, like, the couple people who were doing the Donna 110 knew.
Yeah, and I knew all of those guys, so of
Yeah.
course I had some left over, and all the ultra. I said, look, they were like, yeah, they were standing around, and just
Yeah.
eating all the brownies and cookies,
Yeah.
and all the other
That's why we run.
all the little sugar stuff. But yeah, but some of those
Had no idea what the world is this about.
That's hilarious. I would have loved to fly on the wall to see the faces of those guys trying that shit.
Oh yeah, but we did go through like 2 gallons of pickle juice.
Wow, I bet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, they really scarfed it down.
Well, I tell you, I hope that the listeners that we have on, because this podcast will come out the Monday before the Sombrero Ultra Festival, Run Festival. So hopefully some people will come out and support the race and participate in it. Because I think it's going to be.
If you're thinking about it, do it.
Yeah.
If you're interested in this race and hanging out with
And
Mike
it's not
Martinez,
just the 48. There's the 48. There's a 24. So do you have a 24 both Friday and Saturday, or
No, it
just
starts Saturday morning.
Saturday morning? Okay. And then there's a 12 night, a 12 regular, 6 hours, 3 hours. So
There's something for everyone.
there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, and for your listeners, we're gonna give a 22% discount.
what?
22.
22. Okay, and I'll tell you why. For Surf and Lupapalooza.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're doing a 2-for, okay? Because I am not going to let Joe Fuller and Andy Kroon outdo me. That's right. I got you, Joe. I got you, Andy. So it's 22%, not 20%. See, I'm a.
That's so good.
Yeah, see, I don't get resentments nowadays. I get revenge.
That's very, very generous of Sombrero Race to
But
do that
that's also because of the 22 soldiers
Yeah.
Yeah.
who commit suicide a day.
That's true stuff.
Okay, I'm a veteran. You're a veteran.
Yeah.
So that's also why it is a little,
Yeah.
and that's part of it too. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really hope our listeners will take advantage of that because I think this is going to be a fantastic race.
It's going to be a huge race. And I mean, obviously this is going to be the first year of doing it, but watch this race the next couple of years.
It's going to grow.
It's going to grow and it's going to grow and it's going to grow. And this is going to be a huge event in the Southeast. It really is.
I really hope so. We've got a relatively late start.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really, because mid-September is when we really open it
was able to
up.
push it,
So
yeah.
and also what's really cool about this venue, and let me talk about the venue a little bit. It's brand new, of course, but they got like 2 or 3 phases. So that's what my vision too is.
So as
So
they
in a
grow
couple
the-
years,
as
it's
they
going to be
grow the
even
park.
And
Yeah.
right now it can hold a couple hundred runners. It's a little tight in one little area. So, I wouldn't want to have a whole bunch of, out there at once right now. But yeah, I mean, as it grows, then we can maybe add longer course, whatever, and
Is
stuff
there
like
bathrooms, like actual bathrooms there?
that. That's yes, and you know what, and they would be specific for you, Kevin.
yes.
Yeah, you know why?
Why is that?
Because they got mirrors. and running water. So at
man.
3 in the morning, when you're questioning your life decisions, you
Yeah.
can
Just wash my
your
face
face
off
with
and
water
stare.
and look at yourself and say, "Gosh darn it, Joe! Why are you always talking to me and all this stuff?"
I was just hoping that the urinals were deep.
And yeah, there's like 3 urinals, and see, this is good for me too because I got a wide bathroom, so I can pass out on it. Like I used to when I was drunk and everything. I this time I probably wouldn't be fully naked like I used to be.
Well, if there's ever a year when it gets really cold in February, people might be camped out there to get warm too.
That's true.
That is
yeah.
very
Because
true.
it can get cold
Yeah.
in Jacksonville in February.
It sure can, but I've already, I've been kind of like watching the weather, even though, it's like, it's still 10 days out.
I mean,
but
that's the best Florida running weather. I mean, January, February is, but you can also have some cold days.
But it's actually looking to be pretty nice weather right now. I mean, in mid 50s, low 50s for the low, and then like 70, 75.
That's perfect
for the
running
high.
weather. That is
It is
perfect running
I
weather.
agree. I agree
I love it.
100%. And so hopefully it stays, in that range, and not, I mean, we're Florida, so.
So are you think that as the park expands, that if you grow this thing, you might be able to? Is there a limit on how many runners you'll be able to put into this?
They didn't even give me a limit.
Wow.
They didn't. I think it's like a couple thousand people.
Oh wow.
You can have like a couple thousand people on their venue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure they don't want
1,000 people
500
running.
runners
Yeah.
on their
Yeah.
perimeter, but
Yes.
at the same time, it's we're not on the soccer field, so
Yeah.
we're off of it.
I mean,
and-
it's set up for people to come and watch and participate in sport.
Correct.
In team sports, and that takes up a lot of room.
It
So,
does.
Yeah. So they probably have adequate parking.
Have you rented the whole space out? Or
The
is
whole
there-
space.
Okay, so
We
there's
got it.
not like we're not competing for parking with soccer or get confused with that.
No,
area.
they're not. Actually, right now is off season.
Okay.
So they don't have anybody there.
Nice.
There's no one else there. I mean, I've gone out there. Every time I've gone out there, there's one guy walking his dog.
Yeah.
But the park actually closes early in the day,
Okay.
every week, and it's usually closed on the weekends.
Gotcha. Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
and so-
you got special permit access.
Exactly. So we have special permit access, and and so no one, you know how it is. The gate would be open. Someone would be like, "Oh, the gate's open." Bunch of people. What's going on over here? So we may get a few people and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But this parking lot is huge, and what's great about it is like the sidewalk that we're going to be running on. The cars can park right there and self crew right out of that,
Nice.
and then the
Okay.
area we got designated for RV parking is a good area.
What's their thoughts on tents and people sleeping on the ground and places in there? Because that's 48 hours.
Yeah. They just, no open flame stuff, typical, county stuff. But, where Runners Village is actually on dirt and slag. Okay. Because I asked the county about that. It's like, hey, I might want to set up my tent, in the grass there. And I'm like, well, they don't want us to put stakes in the grass because of irrigation,
course.
which is understandable, but, other than that, we can have them, of course, but, we'll just probably do sandbags or something, but where the Runners Village is, they can put their stakes in because
Okay,
it's dirt.
yeah.
It's all dirt.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's probably, I'd say a quarter of a mile
Yeah.
wide, just the length of it. I mean, but you got this side and that side. So even for future growth, and then leading down from Runners Village, there's like an access road that if we ever in the future ever need to put people along that access road, for tents
Yeah.
and stuff like that and canopies, we have all that. So,
Lots of room for growth for sure.
definitely a lot of room.
So as the race is going on, what about how are you working out? Are you going to have a timing equipment commentator? Are you going to have anyone there like announcing the race or any? Because I know you've had that kind of stuff at other races before.
I got
Yeah.
my megaphone ready.
Oh yeah.
Call me in, coach. Put me in.
Well, we have a few what would we call them? Mini mics.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few of our ladies like to come out in their sombrero with their little
Yeah,
megaphones.
I love
and
it.
Yeah, and they kind of mimic me. But actually, my good friend, the first guy I met when I moved to Florida back in 1994, John Ramirez. He's going to come out. He's Fat Daddy J. He's a DJ.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, Fat Daddy J. He's going to be DJing all weekend, and
Was
he's
he
also
at Sizzler? Was that same guy? Was that Sizzler?
yeah,
Okay.
John. Yeah, he's a Sizzler.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
met him.
and then he's going to also be cooking as well. Okay,
Okay.
he's going to
sweet.
doubling both of those. He's got his RV. He's going to
Because you had an electronic timing board, like instead of having like where people run through and mark a number how many laps they've done, it like you had a running tally, like it showed up electronically on a screen.
Yeah, what I was just going to say is Mike Melton's doing the timing.
Oh, okay.
MCM
Okay.
timing. Mike
Great.
Melton, he has a screen, rolling screen.
Yeah, Mike
and-
knows his shit. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, he definitely, and that's why we have him. For that. This one in particular, especially because of that reason. And he's at Festivus as well, and so because he's got a big screen and stuff like that, shows you exact miles. And even though you just went, through, and you had like 8 laps,
You have
got to
no idea.
stop. You got to stop and look to make sure.
You get 20 plus hours into it, you just lose track.
Now that's different.
Yeah.
But it's the beginning people like me.
I ran 3 laps.
What
I don't-
lap am I
Joe,
on?
that's
Is it
me.
3 or is it 4?
I'm dogging myself out here, Joe, because I'll do that. Like, hey, how many laps? Mike's like, you just went through here, man. But no, yeah, 20 hours. Oh yeah, 20 hours in, you're like,
I'm just running.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have no idea how far I've went.
yeah. And then also that's another thing, like, pacers. We're allowing pacers. Our stipulation is 12 hours after the race starts for the 48 hours and the 24-hour people. But anyone over 60, they can have a pacer anytime. They got multiple pacers. Only thing we're asking is that the pacers let us know, register, so we know who's on the course. Of course, we'll be able to see them, whatever. But we're not,
I mean,
You know-
if you're pacing somebody and you're going to be there, why don't you just sign up and get some miles and you can get a medal?
That's a great idea.
I'm with that. I
Yeah.
definitely am with that.
Yeah.
No doubt. And I agree with you. Just like I've had my buddy, do that He registers.
Yep.
Instead of just running, pacing me, he registers.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
you get some swag, and you
Right.
get all the aid stations.
But I also know that like some people like and I'll mention this because he's made it publicly known is Jordan England.
Yeah.
Okay, he's trying to get over 200 miles, so he's going to need multiple pacers.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I know he's got Jamie Saunders who just won Donna 110.
Yep.
Yesterday. She told me yesterday. She, I'm going to be pacing Jordan, so I knew I know the people who pace him, so I can see why. You know, they don't need to register. You know those guys, but because they're going to probably pull off 40, 50 miles each with him.
Yeah, for
you know.
sure.
But it's a good way for people also to see the course themselves as well. So maybe next year they'll come and register, you know, and bring their buddies and stuff like that, you know. But also, you know, I'm very aware, like in our market especially, is that we got to like people I talk to all the time, like they've never heard of this stuff.
Yeah.
They have no clue. Just
Didn't
like
know
I
it
didn't have any
existed.
clue. Just like I had no clue about ultras.
So I always
know.
ask when we have a guest on here, how'd you find out about Ultra? Because until you find out, you have no idea. No one
Yeah,
knows.
you have no
one's
clue.
ever heard of it unless they're doing it.
I blame Shae.
Hey.
Yeah. She is our enabler.
Yes.
And that's just it. Like, I tell people, hey, of course I love them to run the race, but I tell them, come on out, just come on out and look, see what it's about.
Yeah.
Just come out and see it.
How
Just
are you?
make
How are
the
you
drive.
looking for volunteers right now? Are you?
We're actually pretty good. I mean, it's really weird because it's like, because of the way it's set up, because it's like, you know, the pavilion's right there. It has 2 concrete slabs on each side and an overhang on each one, and then the 2 bathrooms, and everything's like right there because that's where they're going to go by twice. Okay,
Right.
so I'm really not going to need like extensive amount. And also, unfortunately, we all know her and love her, but she can't run. She's registered, but Nicole,
Yeah.
yeah, she can't.
love
She can't run. However, and this is what I just love about people, and I've gotten to know her a little bit too, and what I love about her. But she volunteered to work the overnight hours on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And I said, I might be out with you Saturday. She goes, oh, hell no, you're going to get some sleep. She said,
Yeah.
in a message anyway. She said, no, you're going to get some sleep.
You need to,
She
for
goes,
sure.
I got Saturday locked down. I'm like, okay. You know, so yeah, it's, that's what I just love. I mean, she's just going to stay there because she doesn't have to. You know, her roommate Jesse's running. You know, she can leave after he's done, but she's going to stick around.
Yeah.
And she's bringing vegan food for all the vegans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nicole
yeah.
is a gem.
She
Previous
is.
guest.
Oh yeah, she
we
ran
love
Festivus last year, you know, stuff like that. And then she is a gem. I mean, like I said, I've gotten to know a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it's becoming. I'm hearing more about it from race directors in the last 6 months or so. Because as our community is getting saturated with races, you can on the good race weekends, you could have 3, 4, 5 big races going on in Florida at this point.
I mean, we had a bunch this weekend.
Yeah, and so it becomes a problem when you need volunteers, getting volunteers. You know, and it sounds like this loop course format is one way to at least limit the amount that's needed versus like if you have a big long point to point, you're going to have a lot more people. And because there's only many of us doing it, and this is I like to say this every single podcast if I can. Get out there and volunteer as much as you race.
I agree.
If you're going to race 5 races this year, do 5 volunteer events too. Because these races that are being available to you to run will not be available if people aren't volunteering to help them happen, because they just don't happen without volunteers.
I'm signed up for everything right now to volunteer.
Yeah.
I'm not signed up to run anything.
I was going to say, we should talk about the scooter in the room.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the scooter in the room?
Yeah.
So I got a scooter in the room. I've been scooting around since Friday. So as you don't know, Tuesday after last week's pod, I went to the doctor and he basically was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you, but we'll figure it out. So we did some x-rays, kind of did some other stuff. And I kind of went over my symptoms and he's like, yeah, I'm not 100% sold on that's what's going on with you. So we've got decisions. Like we can either try to do some sort of met pads and try to mitigate through it, or we can do surgical. I'm like, well, I've came this far. I can't continue to run hundreds of miles like I want to.
But you also have tried the met pads.
I have. I've tried all of the things that he wanted to try. And then he was like, okay, well then let's schedule the surgery. And then I made a lot of jokes about being an ultra runner and having big races coming up, and then I've really got to get the ball moving on this surgical thing because I've taken this time for my down season for me to be able to do like surgical. And so he's like, okay, yeah, how about Friday? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. Just put me on the list. And I was kind of like half-heartedly joking because I figured there's no way medical is going to be able to get me in that fast. And then I get a call the following day from his scheduling lady. He's like, hey, we got an appointment at 6:45 on Friday. I'll be there. So, and then Friday I did surgery and.
So Kevin finally had that foot surgery.
I finally
he's been
had my
talking
foot
about.
surgery.
And now he's rolling around on a scooter because he's non-weight bearing.
And now, fun fact, I about busted my ass today. Like I went out to check my mail and the driveway is kind of like downsloped. So I was going kind of fast on the scooter and I was like, wee. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. And then I hit the brakes and then I kind of like did a little skirt.
So Joe, we need to find a life alert break. Like we need to get Kevin a life alert.
Well, no, hey Kevin,
Yeah.
you know what I call people like you in my profession?
What's that?
Job security.
I believe it.
And what you should do is like I do with my elderly patients that like can't remember when they're getting out of bed and just have one of the little pull tabs on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. So when you love it.
Because before he's done rehabbing his foot, he's going to have something else rehab.
Something else broke.
Exactly. It's like
I slowed down after that. The second time I went to get the mail, I remembered the little bump in the road. So I went around it this time, but still went equally.
This is
as
the
fast.
same guy that last year went ass over tea kettle in a bicycle.
I did. Yes,
accident.
about
That was
this
almost a year
time.
ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
about this time last year. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Not the story.
I bet
of
when
my
he was a
life.
kid, he tripped over his own feet.
Oh, so believe it or not, actually, a fun fact. I have cerebral palsy. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I actually do suffer from cerebral palsy. And when I was a kid, I couldn't control my muscles at all. So when I would run, like in the house, I wasn't allowed to run in the house at all. I would literally run.
My mom said, run. She did not. I'm just kidding.
I literally would run and I couldn't stop. And I would run straight into the fucking wall and just whack and fall. And I would fall
That
to
would
the
be some
ground.
funny shit.
because I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop moving. I would just take off running and I was like, blah. And my mom was like, "Oh, it's Kevin hitting the wall again." I'm like,
oh God.
but yeah, that's a true story. That's
Did she ever drug test you?
I don't know.
It's like one of those little wind-up toys.
Yeah,
You
it's like,
click, and
blah.
let go. And it just goes until it hits something.
That's right.
So then what's recovery going to look like?
Yeah. So recovery right now is non-weight bearing for 2 weeks. So that's why I have this scooter. And I've been scooting around. And I go back to the doctor on the 17th. And hopefully they're going to take my stitches out. Right now, the key is elevation. So I need to keep it elevated in ice to keep the inflammation, the swelling down as much as I possibly can. That'll aid in my recovery. It's propped up on a pillow right now. Why are you giving me the look? Don't give me the look.
He's not. That's not elevation.
Shush, shush,
Elevation
shush, shush, shush,
is
shush.
foot over heart.
Listen, I understand that, but we're doing pod right now.
It's elevated, all right.
It's kind of elevated.
Do your yoga pose, Kevin.
I'm not doing that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, 2 weeks of non-weight bearing, and then I'm supposed to go back on the 17th for stitch removal. 2 more weeks in this specialty boot thing and doing some more activity, some more walking, and then 2 weeks after that, a tennis shoe, maybe do some running, hopefully, quote. Probably not running.
No,
but
probably not.
yeah,
Goldstein
probably not
will say
running.
no.
Yeah, he's going to tell me no. But, and then like around week 8, hopefully introduce some running back into this. So
I always comment to my runners about like when they have a real crappy run.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's character building, stuff like. Well, right now this is character building for you.
as long as it's character building and I'm not eating all of the fucking snacks in my house, I'm fine with that.
I don't know which character it's building for you, Kevin, but it's
I
building one of
say he
them.
needs to use this time to go to the gym and work
I can't even stand up.
other parts of his body that he doesn't. Listen, you can lay
All
lay
right,
your
hear
ass
me
flat
out.
on a bench.
You're
Hear
talking
me
to a
out.
home therapist here,
Cock
so don't.
push-ups.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cock push-ups. Is that where you lay flat
my
on the
God.
ground and lift yourself up with your
Y'all
boner?
never heard that from Tenacious D?
Oh, it's a cock
No.
push-up. You never heard of a cock push-up? My God,
I've
Joe.
listened to Tenacious D. I do not remember cock push.
Cock
Well,
push-up.
we'll,
It's where you lay flat on the ground
Okay, I can picture it.
Yeah.
and you lift
That's
yourself.
gotta hurt.
Do you know how many cock push-ups I can do?
None.
1.
I can. Yeah, never mind. So, don't give me excuses, sir. You could do lots of stuff without a foot.
I could, but I'm lazy.
That's what we're talking about.
Slow
So
and steady.
Yeah.
use
I,
this-
actually, let me be the voice of reason here,
All right, go
okay?
ahead.
Because
I'm ready.
I'm turning 60 this year.
Let's hear it.
Just take it easy right now.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
Okay,
you don't
seriously.
want you don't
No,
want to
seriously.
strain
Just-
yourself because you can't.
I'm dead serious. Take it easy right now.
His doctor
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a runner also.
Yep, he is. Yep.
And he actually is thinking about doing a cross Florida 200.
He is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's never run more than a marathon, and he runs like a 3:30 or faster marathon.
So his goal was to run as fast as he possibly can and blow up around mile 40.
I don't. Is that what he?
Yes.
I don't think that was his plan. I think
He
that's
said
what
that's
he
what's
thinks was
going
going
to
to happen.
Yeah, he's just going to blow up at mile 40.
That's what those fast guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to run fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for long.
Not for long. No.
Unless you're Mark Burgett.
Yes.
I always say you can run fast or you can run far, but you can't run far fast.
That's true. Yeah.
Definitely. And I used to have a moniker because my name before used to be Big Man Running Jacks.
Okay.
For the longest time. And my motto was, I don't run fast, I run far.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't run at all right now.
Yeah, well,
You know.
you will eventually.
Yep.
I will.
Just like me, I'm not running right now either.
I mean, you literally ran less than a week ago.
That's true. Yeah.
It's always hard. Like you're like, oh wait, I'm a runner. Sometimes when you take like a break off, and like yesterday, I forgot to run. Like I was doing stuff, and then I was looking at my training plan when I got it this morning. I'm like, oh, I forgot to run yesterday.
You know,
Can't be forgetting them bad water runs.
You'll
It
come-
well,
starts-
now, yeah,
starts Monday.
154 days.
you'll come back fine. Like
Yeah.
I was halfway into my training block for my very first half marathon when I tore my pec and had to reattach it, and couldn't do anything for 6 months.
Well, it's,
You know.
it's like when you talk about volunteering and stuff like that, and see how I really started getting into volunteering was when I had on my right knee I had microfracture knee surgery.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and so I couldn't run. And then I had other stuff. I developed an autoimmune disorder. I can barely walk. And right now I have really severe arthritis.
Yeah.
Psoriatic arthritis. And so I was real debilitated, swollen, and literally I can barely walk. So, but what I decided was I said, look, either you can get ticked off, pissed off, or go help someone.
Wow.
So I decided I was my own aid station. Okay. So all my running friends are like, hey, I remember the first one I did was a best damn race. Okay. They were running a half marathon. I said, hey, what do you guys want? You know, and I labeled baggies with people. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't have like really, you know, like, what would you call it? Cause I was putting stuff in baggies.
Like cramps?
You know, yeah.
Like carpal tunnel?
Flashbacks. That's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I was putting Swedish fish in baggies and stuff like that, and labeling for my runner
I see where
friends
you're
and-
going with that.
Was you measuring them in grams?
I did not have my scale. But I did
Can I get 28 grams of Swedish fish, please?
but I was doing this like, oh, this one feels a little heavier than the other one.
You see a shady figure coming up to you asking for 28 grams of
And then,
Swedish
but then,
fish.
but then the
Shae.
race what was good is like, hey fish, hey little girl fish, I got fish.
I got candy, little girl.
So that's what I started doing was I just started going out randomly at races and and handing out aid stuff to people.
So you know what, and one thing that does also is it introduces you to the trail and ultra running community.
Yeah.
And getting involved in the community from everyone I've talked to absolutely changes their life and the way that they do the sport.
I agree, and that's just it. I'm all about, and I share this all the time. I'm about community. I mean, I am. I give,
Yeah.
and I don't like to. I try to be modest. I don't like to just talk about me. Like,
This is your
I'm
time to talk about you.
Yeah,
This
you know
is
what I'm
it.
saying. I mean, well, I don't want to. I just not. Even though I got a loud personality, I know I got that. I'm out there, but I don't want to like brag or anything. I just don't ever want to be that way, just because I'm just not that kind of guy anymore. I used to be that way, but at the same time, I feel like this, just like with my own recovery and being open about it. I'm not bragging about being sober 32 years. I'm proud of it. You dang right I am. I've worked my ass off to get that. Okay, I've done. People don't see what I've done to get to where I'm at, but I also know that I didn't get here because of me. I got here because of we. I got here because of Linda Quirks of the world introduced me to ultras. All the various sponsors I've had throughout the years, all the sponsees I've had, the guys who are struggling. The guys, and then I'll just share it. You know, the guys who've died on me.
Yeah.
I've had guys die on me, young guys, you know, nowadays, you know, with this fentanyl crap out there, you know, these guys are dying, you know, and so for me, it's all about community and putting yourself out there, you know, especially when you don't want to, because there's, you know, I don't suffer from depression, but there's been times I just don't want to do it, you know, but if I get out there and, you know, invariably there's going to be someone, and I get this all the time, and this is, you know, it's really good because I get this all the time. I get people just out of the blue message me on Facebook. Hey, Mike, I got this, or I got this person, I got that, you know, about, you know, usually about recovery stuff, you know, and it's just like, wow. And I don't even know these people, you know, I don't even know them, but you just don't know how you might help someone. I remember years ago, and almost 30 years ago, I was sitting, and by the way, I usually don't share publicly, but, you know, I've gone at 12-step programs and stuff like that, but I was sitting at an AA meeting facility. And this one lady used to come in and out, and I say hello to her. She was real quiet or whatever, and my sponsors taught me that. They say, hey, say hello to this person. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, you know. But one time she shared with me, she said, you know what, Mike? You're the only person that ever said anything to me and ever acknowledged me. She said, there was one day I wanted to kill myself. I mean, to this day, this is like almost 30 years ago. It just gives me chills. You know, just because of just one little act of kindness, just saying something to this person.
Yeah.
And here I was at the time, I didn't really want to. You know, I didn't really want to do that, but I was directed to do that. And I did that. And so nowadays, you know, just who I am, you know, is because of those learning experiences, you know, and I try to pass that along. I try to pass that on to people. And, you know, it doesn't take much to just share some love and share some kindness to people. You know, even when you may have screwed stuff up, because I'm not perfect, you know, I've had some days, you know, and it's like to where I may not have been on the best of my behavior or whatever. But it's really just about community and building and growing and cultivating that community and letting everybody know that, you know, like the introverted people probably are like a little shell shock when they meet me, you know, because I'm not, you know, I'm out there. But at the same time, I try to be kind and respectful to them.
Yeah.
But that's just it. You just share who you are and share what you are, and you know, good things will happen.
Yeah. Well, you are definitely a very kind person, a very approachable person. My wife just knew you by picture, and she showed up to a race, and you were there, and she went over and introduced herself and said hello, and immediately she felt like, you know, this is a new friend, you know, just because that's the way you are with people.
Yeah. I think it was your wife and Jesse that said, "Oh, we love Mike Martinez." They
do.
Oh yeah, I listened to that podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, and I hope that that's that way with us too. You know, as people run into us, they may have listened to the podcast and not met us, but hopefully no one's ever not walked up to us and just had a pleasant experience. You know, we're here to support the community, and that's why we do this, you know? Yeah.
I mean, and you know, I watch a lot of people. I don't, you know, always comment and stuff like that. Just one thing I got to say about you guys is that when I first started to get to know you, all of you guys, was the fact that helping across Florida people,
Yeah.
you know, helping them in the Sherpas and stuff like that, you know, and it's like, you know, to me, that's awesome because you're not getting anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're not monetarily. You're not.
It costs us money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it really does. It really does.
I was going to say it does cost you stuff, you know, but you do it because you want to help people. You want to see people achieve stuff. You know, and that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I want to help people because, you know, I know what it's like, especially in the recovery world. You know, it's like I've been there, done that, and if I can help someone from, you know, to overcome their addictions or, you know, whatever it is that they're going through, you know, their mental health in itself. And that's, you know, what you guys do, you know, and that's just, you know, and this is just it. I've said this for years and years and years. You get in where you fit in. Don't try to put that round peg into a square hole. You know, if you don't fit into it, then find something where you fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Find where you know, and it's taken me, you know, it's, you know, if you fit in, then just keep doing it. And then there's other people who will help you.
If you don't fit in, then that's not where you fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You know, like,
don't force it.
Right. Exactly. You know, and that's something that, you know, I've learned, you know, just like, and that brings me back to Ultra. Okay. Because from day one, I felt like I fit in.
Yeah.
I mean that because, man, all these fasties stop and say hello. I'm like, man, who in the heck? I'm like, and I'm thinking, hey, you okay? And you're like, yeah. And you start talking to me, and you actually, you know, are genuinely, you know, like want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
I get that. Yeah. I'm not finishing races, but I got people out there that are winning that are still willing to be friends.
Yeah.
You know,
And they say great job and they mean it.
Oh, they do. Oh, yeah. They're like, hey, you're looking
Everybody
great.
yeah.
You know, and then I'll say, lie to me. And they're like, okay, you're not looking great.
I would like to see your fake smile, because a fake smile actually turns into a real one.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
All right. I think that is a wrap on that, unless you've got anything else that we missed. What did we miss?
I don't know. Group hug?
We'll get the
All right, y'all got to come to me. Y'all gotta come to me.
So, in order to access these race discounts, what do people need to do? This 20%.
I've got so
We've
I've
got all the links for it.
I've got all the links for
Okay,
it. I'll be posting it
perfect.
to WTF podcast and all of our socials. So we'll put it on Facebook and Instagram, wherever we can put it, and we'll share it in the show notes.
Oh, let's go. I didn't know we were doing it. Okay, let's try again. Let's go. On this thing at Disney, I'd PR my marathon.
You only roller skate, like kick it one time and roll
just
for a while.
For a while, and just kick it again. You could ride that for a hot minute.
Huh.
Hot minute. We can modify this thing too. We can get like a wide seat on it. You could sit down, put some pegs on it.
So somebody can ride on it.
Yeah,
Is that what
hell
you're
yeah.
saying?
You can turn the seat sideways.
Yeah.
You put all your nutrition in the basket.
Put your see? Fuck.
It's got a nutrition basket. Well, you tried to put a cat in it this
I
morning.
did. I did try putting a cat.
Like ET style.
Come by and hit your foot about that.
I mean,
Then you'd be like, whose stupid ass idea was this?
mine.
Hey, everybody. What the F?